just we covered about I hope everyone in the position to understand, right? Sir, just we covered about yes, how we can use a serializers concept to send a post request, to send a post request. How you can use a serializers concept we covered already, right? Okay. Sir, now the next concept what we have to discuss. Now the next terminology what we have to discuss, right? Sir, we completed get, we completed, next we completed post request also. But to implement the post request, two activities we did, sir. I hope you aware CSRF disable, but inside the serializer class, inside the serializer class, one method we override, we implemented. What is that method, sir? Create. Create is the method we implemented, sir. Okay, well, sir, now let me go for next level. Okay, let me go for next level, sir. Here, REST API apps. Okay, with the REST C1. Now, let me start the server first. py manage.py run server. Next, let me go for, okay, my test application is also there. Okay, like a py test.py. Okay, one. Yes, server is already started properly. Okay, let me check my database content also, because is it created or not? Like I want to check /admin. Okay, like employees, like these are the 4 employees data by default is already available, sir. Okay, well, now the point here is, yes, all this is about my test application, sir. Okay, well, sir, if you observe views.py, if you observe views.py, we implemented get method, next we implemented even post method also. For the post method inside serializers, I define one method, sir. What is the method we define? Can you please spell out, sir? Create. What is the method we define? Create. Create is the method we did, sir. Sir, now what is the next activity we have to do is update. Are you getting right? Update means what? Put method, right? Update put method we require to take care. So take a bit very special care. What we require to do? Take a bit very special care how you can implement, sir. If you want to perform updation, put method meant for what? Please confirm. Put method meant for what? Updation. But while performing updation, sir, you may perform partial updation. You may perform partial updation, or you may perform full updation. Correct or not? We may perform partial updation, we may perform full updation. Two possibilities are there, sir. Okay. Now, if you want to support update operation, put operation by using serializers, we have to override one method. What is that method? Is update method. Are you getting what the method we have to override, sir? Update method inside serializers class. We have to override that method, sir. It's a compulsory like this, right? Sir, how you can do that? How we can do that? Sir, we implemented create method. Now we have to implement the update method also. Okay, so now create means complete new request will be created, sir. Observe that complete new resource will be created, right? But if you are using update, existing instance should be updated. Existing instance should be updated with the provided data. Correct or not? Please tell, sir. Can you please update? Sir, with the record with the PK1, with the primary key 1, with the provided data, like, sir, existing record we have to update with the provided data. Okay, like, so here two things must be required. Existing object must be required. Existing object must be required. Existing instance must be required. Next and after that, existing instance must be required. Next and after that, do you know, sir, this even provided data also must be required, sir. With these two things, we can able to implement which operations are update operation, right? Now, have a look once. DEF, sir, here update of self, DEF update of self I'm taking. Next, instance, okay, validated data. Now observe very carefully, sir. Validated data. Can you please update this instance with this validated data? Okay, that's all. Validated data means end user provided, partner application provided data, sir. This partner application provided data. Can you please update with this instance, inside this instance, like this, right? So now, can you please observe this validated data? This method is the fixed, sir. Update, this method is always fixed. This create name is always fixed. You can't take your own. Okay, remember. Next, here I have one small doubt, sir. What's my doubt here is, sir, here there is a small doubt is there. What's my doubt is, can you please observe, is this validated data contain complete information or partial implementation? Partial information. Both possibilities are there. Sometimes may be complete, sometimes may be partial information also. That's why what I have to take here is, yes, instance dot enum is equal to, can you please observe, instance dot enum is equal to validated data dot get of enum. Sir, observe carefully. In the validated data, if any field is there with the enum, can you please take that field and assign this one. Suppose if the partner application not sending enum, then which data I have to consider? Already existing data only. Correct or not? Already existing data only. So that's why, what is the code I have to take? Existing object is nothing but instance. Existing object is nothing but instance dot enum. Sir, everyone in the position to understand this line, please have a look once. Sir. So updated validated data means partner application provided data. Instance means current existing object present inside database. If partner application provided any enum, please consider the corresponding value and assign to existing object enum. Okay. If partner application not provided any enum, then can you please consider instance dot enum. Can you please consider existing object enum as it is? Any doubt? Please confirm. All the things are very clear. Okay, well. So now the remaining things are always the same. Can you please observe what about remaining fields? E-name, E-sal, and the E-address. Okay, E-name is so if validated data contain any E-name, then the corresponding value. Otherwise, already existing E-name. Similarly, E-sal. Are you getting? Similarly, E-sal. Okay, like now E-sal, sir. Sir, here also E-address. Here E-address I'm taking. Next, here also E-address like this. Clear? So just we assign to the current instance. Current instance. Now instance dot save. Can you please save this instance in the database? Return that instance. That's all. So if you want to perform update operation, okay, put operation, compulsory, we require to override this update method, sir. Next, moreover, here we are using which concept, which serializer? It is a normal serializer, but of model serializer. But whenever we are using model serializer concept, all these fields we are not required to specify. These create and update methods also we are not required to specify, because by default implementations will be provided by model serializer. Okay, even. Any doubt, friends? All the people are in a position to understand, right? Okay, well, sir, now what is the next thing? What is the next one I have to take care? This is about yes, what we have to use update operation. What we require to use inside okay, like the serializers, right? Now, sir, let me go for user.py. Of course, partner application I'm taking, sir. Sir, I don't want to talk about create operation. Create. Let me comment. Let me comment. Now I want to take update operation, right? Sir, just I'm taking update operation. I'm taking, sir. Now what I'm going to take? Update new data. ID is equal to ID. Compulsory ID you require to pass. Here is some 2300. Next e address is okay, some Chennai, like this I'm taking, sir. Can you please update this data? Can you please update this data? Which record, sir? Record number 4. Let me cross check. Is there any such type of record? Yes, it's already there, sir. This is the record number 4. Can you please update like this, right? Clear? Up to this, any doubt? Okay, now have a look once. Sir. That's all. This is about my partner application. Okay, now in the user.py, let me implement okay, put operation. DRF put operation. Sir, post what we call put operation. DRF what the operation first get, second one post, next one after that put operation we have to take. Okay, now here self comma 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Here self comma request comma star args okay, star keyword args like this I'm taking, sir. Next first one get the data from the partner application provided JSON data is equal to request dot body. JSON data is equal to request dot body. So now this is the JSON data. Can you please convert this JSON data into Python data? Can you please convert this JSON data into Python data? Anyone, can you please guide, sir? How to convert JSON data into Python data? I hope you people may remember this code. Regarding you people may remember this code. Now p data is equal to JSON parser dot parser stream. Any explanation is required? What we are doing, sir? Partner application provided data converted into please confirm, converted into Python dictionary form. Now I will ask, sir, which instance you have to update? First get ID, sir. ID is equal to p data dot get ID, sir. Okay, whatever ID is passing, p data, like sir, emp is equal to employee dot objects dot get ID is equal to ID. Okay, now I got this object. Now I got this employee object. Someone asked Suri Prakash. Okay, someone asked what is the meaning of instance? Yes, sir, this is the meaning of instance, right? Instance means already existing object. Itself is the instance. Now observe, employee is ready. Now my target is, can you please create serializer object? Serializer is equal to employee serializer of emp comma. Remember that, sir. Data is equal to p data. Regarding, can you please create employee serializer with the emp? Sir, can you please update this emp with this provided data? Okay, like this is. Any doubt? Sir, how many arguments are there? How many arguments are there here? Two arguments. What is the first argument? Already existing object. Second argument is provided data. Provided by partner application. Here just to take a bit very special care. Okay, whenever we are calling serializer, just observe, whenever we are calling serializer.save internally, okay, it is going to call this update method is going to perform all these activities, right? Of course, my serializer is going to take care everything. We are not required to do much activity. Okay, well, so now here once you did, sir, now I want to send a resource updated successfully in the form of JSON. Regarding resource updated successfully, okay, like this. Now have a look once, sir. If you are facing any problem, I will explain. Don't worry about that. Can you please have a look once? If serializer dot is valid, now update that resource updated successfully. JSON data. Sir, now this message, can you please convert into JSON data? Now, once we converted into JSON data, can you please send that JSON data? Yeah, the response. Sir, can you please tell when the control will comes to line number 52? Please confirm. When the control will comes to line number 52, can you please confirm? Friends, else means what? If any validation fails, not valid data, then JSON renderer, sir, with the errors, can you please send the error response to the partner application? Any doubt? Any doubt about this put method? Please confirm. It's very easy. Yeah, Vinod. Here, if ID is not passed, if the JSON data is not valid, these are type of validations I didn't implement. But from the previous examples, you can implement. But anyway, just my concentration is always how the serializers are going to work. Getting right? Any doubt up to this? All the people are in a position. Okay. Now let me cross check whether this one is going to work or not. Yes. Here a small observation must be required for you people. What the observation is? If you are performing update, our employee having how many fields? How many fields are there? Can you please tell? How many fields are there? Employee object, 4 fields. 4 fields plus 1 ID field is there. Total 5, sir. But you are passing how many fields here? Only 3 fields. Are you getting only 3 fields? What about remaining 2? You are not performing full updation. You are performing what? Partial updation. You are performing what? Partial updation. Yes. Here, how you can do? Okay, if you want to provide support for partial update, what is the way? Sir? Okay, by default, put method always expecting complete data. Okay, if you want to provide only partial update, a small thing must be required. That thing I will explain. Don't worry, sir. Here, let me cross check. server happily started. Now let me run this partial updation. Okay, here tester.py. Can you please update record number 4 primary key with the sal as 2300 and the e-address as Chennai, like this, right? Now observe. Now observe that py. Okay, here just let me go to with the rest C1. Let me execute this code, sir. Observe that what will happen. Have you observed? What is the status code we are getting? What is the status code we are getting? Sir, 400. Now, enum, this field is required. Ename, this field is required. Boss, you didn't provide this information. How I can perform update operation? Everyone in the position to understand, right? What is the problem with this? You provided only eCell and e-address, but enum and ename you didn't provide. That's why, sorry, updation is not going to be happen. Okay, well, let me provide those fields also. Assume that ID. Next and after that, ename, e-number I'm taking. E-number yes some 777 I'm taking. E-number yes some 777. Next e-name yes some Ravi, like this I'm taking, sir. Now all the 4 fields I'm passing or not? Can you please confirm? All the 4 fields I'm passing or not? Yes, I'm trying to. Now it should not raise any problem, sir. Observe that. Observe that. Yes, resource updated successfully. Resource updated successfully because all the complete data I'm providing. Now have a look. Really this resource updated or not? Earlier Shiva 4000 under Ranchi is there. If I refresh this one, then automatically Ravi 2300 Chennai. Yes, that record got updated, no problem at all. But now my requirement is, boss, sometimes I may perform partial update, but not full update. If you are going to perform partial update, how you can do that? For that, a small thing you have to take care. What is that? Is here how you created serializer object. Can you please tell how many arguments are there? How many arguments are there while creating serializer object? 2 arguments, right? Sir, this is the existing object and this is the provided data. If the provided data is not full, it is just a partial. It is not full, it is a partial. Then you have to take one more attribute. Partial is equal to true. Okay, if you can add this attribute while creating serializer, then you are allowed to perform partial updates also, no problem at all. Clear? Serializer is equal to employee serializer, MP data is equal to P data, partial is equal to true. Only that you have to take. Okay, well, now what I want to take is I don't want to provide all this information. Okay, I want to provide only eCell and ID cell. eCell, this time I'm taking 88888, like this I'm taking. Can you please observe in the views.py, what is the change I have to take care? At line number 46, please confirm. I forgot pen. Priyanka, we can able to perform partial updates with put who did that activity we are doing manually, but I didn't use any predefined serializer, sir. But here we are using predefined serializer, their expected format we have to provide. Remember that we are taking support of serializer, sir. That's why their expected format we require to provide. But earlier in the previous example, everything I did manually. That's why no one is going to question me because I implemented everything. Okay. Can you please tell what is the third argument we require to pass? Okay, partial. Okay, partial is equal to partial is equal to true. Like this we have to take, sir. Partial is equal to true, like we require to take. Okay, well, now let me send you a request. If everything is working properly, now only salary should be updated. Okay, like let me cross check, sir. Resource updated successfully. Now I'm not getting any error. Yes, friend. Observe that salary got updated. Any doubt? All the people are in a position to understand, right? So this is about how you can implement partial update, how you can implement complete update, full update by using serializers concept. But only serializers I'm using. Except serializers, I didn't use any other support from the DRF. Okay. Now, by using serializer concept, we performed get, we performed post, we performed put. What is the next one? Please confirm. What is the next one? Get, post, put. What is the next one? Delete. Do you know? Delete. There is no role. There is no role of serializer. Serializer concept is not required for delete. Array, read ID, identify EMP object, and delete. That's all. Identify EMP object and then delete. That's it. So now what I want to take. If you want to perform delete operation, serializer is no longer required. Serializer concept is really required only for put, post, and then create. Suppose I want to implement a delete operations. Now we have a look once. Serializer, there is no role at all. Okay. Now DEF delete operation I'm taking. Self request like this, right? So first question. Okay, get the JSON data because ID must be required. Get the JSON data like now get the object. Regarding now get the object, sir. Once you are getting the object, what is the line we have to write? Can you please tell what is the line we have to write? EMP dot delete. That's all. What is the line we require to write? EMP dot delete. That's it. So no question of using any serializer. Either serializer concept is required in the delete. Either serializer concept is required in the delete. Nothing. Not required, sir. Not required. Just I'm trying to take. Just send this response. Resource deleted successfully. Like this, right? So just namesake. I'm not going to use any what we call serializer. That's all. Just is it working properly or not? Okay, validations, all those things I didn't. Okay, based on status and so on, we know already previous. So that's why you can, if you want, you can keep status, deleted item, and all those things, right? Clear? Okay, just so this is the. I'm not using any serializer. Just very speed. I write the code. Now observe. Let me comment this update resource. I am trying to comment. Now delete resource, right? So delete resource. I'm taking. Now let me pass 4. That's all. Okay, if I pass 4, fourth record by default will be deleted. Sir. Okay. Now let me cross check. Is there any problem here? No issue at all. Let me cross check. Is it going to be deleted or not? Yes, resource deleted successfully. No serializer role is not there. If you want, you can observe fourth record by default will be gone. Only 3 records are there. Okay. Now from this discussion, you people should be aware how we are using serializers concept. Okay, like for implementing get, for implementing post, and for implementing put. Okay, serializer won't play any role for the delete operation. Any doubt? Sir, this star and the star, these parameters are optional. Don't worry. If you want, you can remove also. Someone is asking, Anil. These parameters are optional. If you want, you can remove also, acceptable. That's it. Now, everyone in the position to understand how to define serializer, normal serializer, and how you can use a serializer so to perform our CRUD operations. Okay. Well, what is the next thing? What I want to discuss? What the next one? What I want to discuss is up to this we covered by using serializers two activities we covered, sir, with examples, with executable code also I showed. One is serialization. Second one we cover deserialization also. Correct, right? Next, the serializers are responsible for three activities: serialization, deserialization, and what is the third one? What is the third one? Validation. Validations. Okay, something like form validations. Something like form validations. How we can implement by using serializers. Okay, that part what we have to discuss. Yeah. So, man, if the project is the Django project, for the Django project, by using API, we can perform CRUD operations. Remember that. Django project already developed. For the Django project, I'm developing API to perform CRUD operations. Getting right? Yeah. Now, have a look once how to implement validations by using serializers, right? Okay. Validations by using serializers. Do you know, is it easy or difficult? Validations, is it easy or difficult? Easy or difficult? Very, very easy, sir. Very, very easy. Okay, nothing will be there. We can implement validation. There are again three ways are there. Only for a particular field. Regarding only for a particular field level validation. Regarding only for the particular field. Okay, field level validation. Field level validation. Okay. Second one, sir, object level validation. Object level validation. Don't worry, what is the meaning of that? I will explain with example. Object level validation. Next, the third one, sir, by using validators. Inbuilt validators. Validators is there. That part I will take care. So, what is the meaning of field level, object level? What is the difference? Right? Very simple. Every employee having how many fields are there? How many fields are there? Employee number, employee name, next ESAL, and then e-address. 4 fields are there, sir. I want to validate only one particular field. Boss, only ESAL, only ESAL. I want to validate only ESAL, sir. ESAL. Okay, then such a type of thing is called field level validation. Okay, sometimes total employee object I want to validate. Total employee object, sir, ECL I want to validate, E-name also I want to validate. If you want to perform validations for multiple fields simultaneously, then we should go for object level validation. Just get the basic idea. I will explain with an example, sir. So, a particular field, if you want, you can perform validation. Was something like employee salary minimum 5,000, sir. 5,000. So, here you are validating only one particular field. Only one particular field. Field level validation is enough. Okay. Now, when we should go for object level validation? Beautiful concept, sir. When we should go for object level validation? Where object level validation like, sir, very simple. If. So, if we want to validate multiple fields simultaneously. Boss, if e-name is Sunny, then compulsory ESAL should be minimum 50,000, like this I'm typing, sir. Have you observed, right? Now for this field level validation can't work because 2 fields simultaneously you require to validate. One is e-name field, second one is ESAL. If you want to validate multiple fields simultaneously, then we require to go for object level validation. Thoda clarity. Of course, I will explain with an example. Don't worry. First, get some basic idea. Okay. First one is only particular field. But now, sir, I want to validate multiple fields simultaneously together. Then we require to go for object level. Next, validators means inbuilt. How you can do that part I will explain. So first, let me go for field level validation. Okay, total 3 types of validations, right? Field level, object level, and by using validators also. Okay, Now let me go for field level validation. Okay, how you can do that? Very simple, sir. The people who attended Django forms concept. What is the method we used for validations? Anyone remember? Yes. Anyone remember the people? Good, good, excellent. Clean method. Correct, right? Clean, a particular field, clean eval, okay, only for the particular field. Next and after that, if you want the clean, if you want the all fields simultaneously clean, okay, same way, this is instead of clean, we have to use validate. Are you getting? We require to use what? Validate. Validate is this name. It is the predefined, sir, and then your field name. I want to validate eval like this, right? Okay, where we have to take this one inside your serializer. Okay, like inside our serializer, I have to take this method, sir. Let me go for serializers. Here I'm taking one method. DEF. What is the validation? Can you please tell what is the method name? Validate underscore eval self comma value. So which validation you have to do that? If here value means provided value by the partner application for the eval. If value lesser than 5,000, if value lesser than 5,000, rise serializers dot validation error. Serializers dot validation error. Employee salary should be minimum 5,000. Like this I provided, sir. Employee salary should be minimum 5,000. If this condition satisfied, just a simple return value. Like this we have to take. That's all. This is about the field level validation. Okay, whenever we are calling serializer dot is valid method, internally this validate method will be called if this condition satisfied or not. If this condition, of course, if this condition, then validation error. If salary is greater than or equal to 5,000, oh, no problem, no validation error. Consider the same value. Same class names are same, validation error only, but this module name is the different. There forms a dot validation error, but here serializers dot validation error. Everything, serializers and forms, both the things are working same way, including terminology also. Any doubt? Friends, all the people are in a position to understand, right? Whether really this validator is going to work or not. Can you please tell in the view function from which line this one is going to be invoked? Please confirm. In the view function, from which line? Assume that it is the post request. Or otherwise put request. In which line? The problem this there. Whenever we are using serializer dot is valid, internally it is going to call that the field level validation. If that field level validation won't raise any error, then update it. If the field level validation rising some error, immediately it will be stopped by showing that error information to the partner application. How you can? Let me cross check this validation, sir. Is it working properly or not? Let me consider. So I don't want to delete record. I want to go for update record. I want to go for update resource, right? Sir, update resource. Fourth one I deleted already. Now the third record, sir. Third record, because in my database, if you observe, only 3 records are there. Salary 3,000 is there, sir. Now I want to take 4,900 will be the salary, sir. Okay, can you please update salary with the 4,999? Is it acceptable or won't accept? Is it acceptable salary or won't accept according to our validator? Validator, no, it won't, because in the validator, compulsory salary should be greater than or equal to 5,000. If the value less than 5,000, validation error. Validation error. Okay, let me check whether it's going to work or not. Okay, everything is clear. Now let me run partner application. Yes. Now I'm trying to update. Immediately error, we are getting 400. Boss, employee salary should be minimum of 5,000. Employee salary should be minimum of 5,000. Getting? Is my comment also is coming or not? Yes, Priyank. Here observe the flow. In the views.py, here see, if validation succeed, then it is going to be provided. Resource updated successfully. Like if validation fails, now this JSON response will come with the serializer dot errors. Getting right? With the serializer dot errors, it's going to come. This response came. Okay, serializer dot errors, whatever error information I added, this information, okay, JSON data will be created. That JSON data will be sent to the partner application. Suppose, assume that here observe in the database there is no change at all, because database updation is not happened. No change, 3,000 only. Yes, Saiteja, how the user can update the values we are updating in the local server, but how? Very simple. Here, this partner application, don't feel it is in the same system. Maybe this partner application may be mobile app. This partner application may be some other application. Are you getting? It may be any other application. Okay, from there updation is coming. Okay, now here I'm taking, instead of 4,009, like 5,001 I'm taking. Can you please tell, is this update is going to be accepted or not? Respond. Is this update is going to be accepted or not? Yes, definitely this update is going to be accepted, sir. Okay, I will look once. Let me send the request. Resource updated successfully. Let me cross check either 5,001 salary updated or not. Yes, friend, 5,001 salary updated. Any doubt? So we implemented validation. Our validation perfectly, it is working. Whatever there, we took, sir. Now my requirement is, boss, if you want to insert any new employee or update any new employee, if the name is Sunny, compulsory salary should be minimum 50,000. Like this I'm taking, sir. Compulsory salary should be minimum 50,000. Like this type of validation I want to do. Sir, here how many fields we require to use simultaneously? One is ename, second one is ESR. So multiple fields if you want to do simultaneously, then we should go for object level validation. Object means total employee object we have to consider, not a particular field. Total employee object we require to consider, right? Yes. What is the way, sir? For this we have to use which method? Anyone can you please tell? For this we require to use which method? Yes, what is the method name? Earlier we took validate underscore ESR. Can you please tell now which method we have to take? I never want to talk about a particular number, a particular field. So any field you can use. That's why the method name will become validate. Regarding the method name will become validate. Okay, like so now let me go for how you can do that. This validate, very simple, sir. Here let me go for validate another method I'm taking, sir. Okay, this one anyway I'm keeping as it is. DEF validate self comma data. Self comma data. Do you know this data? This data is the Python dictionary which contain total data, employee number, employee name, employee salary, total data is there, sir. Okay, like sir, now what I require to take, first get ename is equal to data dot get of ename, sir. Dot get of ename like this I'm taking ename. Next same, sir, get eval is equal to data dot get of eval like this I'm taking, sir. Eval name I got, eval I got. If sir name is Sunny, if ename dot lower is equal to Sunny I'm taking, sir, means you name may be uppercase or lowercase, no problem at all. Sir, before comparing, I converted into lowercase. Sir, why this type of technique we are going to use? Why this type of technique we are going to use, sir? Can you please spell out? Case we are not required to worry. Either uppercase Sunny or lowercase Sunny or mixed case Sunny. Okay, if the name is Sunny, compulsory salary should be, if the name is Sunny, compulsory salary should be greater than 50,000. If ESAL is less than 50,000. If ESAL is less than 50,000, don't accept. Okay, rise serializers dot validation error, like serializers dot validation error. Here we have to provide Sunny salary should be minimum 50,000. Okay, like I take, sir. Any doubt? Please confirm. Any doubt? Okay, sir. Now, if this condition fails, return data as it is. That's all. So this type of thing is by default considered as object level validation. Clear, right? Hey, no response, man. What happened? Are you getting any difficulty to understand this one? Nothing will be there. Same form validations only, right? So if name is Sunny, compulsory salary should be less than 50,000. If salary is the less than 50,000, then immediately rise sir error. Okay. If these conditions are not applicable, then return as it is data, sir. Okay. Now observe carefully. I want to perform update operation only. Assume that name also I require to provide. Name ename is okay, sir. Ename is Sunny, like this I'm providing. Ename is Sunny, like I'm providing. Can you please confirm, is this updation, is it going to be accepted or not? Is this updation, is it going to be accepted or not? Yes, no. Aryan, why it's not going to be accepted? I mean, if it is accepted, no problem at all. So I don't think it is not going to be accepted, because the reason is in the validations, if employee name is Sunny, compulsory salary should be greater than 50,000. If the less than 50,000, sir, validation error, Sunny salary should be minimum of 50,000, like this. So that's why, is it accepted or won't be accepted? Is it accepted or won't be accepted? No, no chance at all. It won't be accepted. Now have a look once, sir. Aryan, it won't be, because you are telling employee name is Sunny, but salary is 5,001. But if the salary is the 5,001, name is Sunny, but if the salary is less than 50,000, immediately this validation error is going to come. Observe carefully. Yes, let me run this code. For a fact, Sunny's salary should be minimum 50,000. Sunny's salary should be minimum 50,000. That is the problem. Now, what I'm taking is, sir, here in the partner application, 50,000 one I'm taking. Is it going to be accepted or not? Yes, 50,000 one I'm taking. Accepted. Accepted. Have a look once. Resource updated successfully. Resource updated successfully. Now name will become Sunny under 50,001. Suppose assume the name is Sunny123 and the salary is 5,001. Is it accepted or not? Name is Sunny123, e-salary is 5,001. Accepted or not? Don't get confused. Is it accepted or not? So, what is our validation is, if the name is Sunny, then only we are going to validate. If the name is not Sunny, then why we have to worry? Now observe the flow. Observe the flow in the serializer. Name here in the validate. E-name I am getting. What is the e-name? What is the e-name? Sunny123. What is the e-sal? 5,001. If e-name dot lower is the Sunny, no sir, no. This condition fail. If this condition fail, because name is Sunny123, not Sunny, then automatically it is not going to execute. Simple return data. That's all. No validation error. Happily it is going to be accepted. Aryan, getting right? Sunny123 is not in the database means here we are, I'm changing employee name. Here I'm changing two fields. Employee name I'm changing and employee salary also I'm changing. Observe that. Okay. Now have a look once, sir. Resource updated successfully. Now the name of the employee earlier Sunny is there. Now because of my update, now it is Sunny123. Because update operation we are doing, Aryan. Getting right? So now how many validators are there? How many validations are implemented? How many validations I implemented? Can you please tell? Two validations. One is field level, second one is global. Field level, second one is global, object level, right? Okay. Sir, now compulsory both are going to be executed, sir. Whenever you are calling serializer.isValid, both are going to be executed. Okay. Where is the proof? Let me take print of field level validation. Field level validation, like I'm taking. Next here object level validation. Here object level validation, like this I'm taking, sir. Both are going to execute. Both are going to be executed, sir. Field level and object level. Let me cross check. Let me cross check, sir. Here in the partner application, okay, name is Sunny123, 1234. Now salary, sir, 5,002. Like this I'm taking. Sir, for this, so first field level validation is going to be happen. According to field level, salary is less than 5,000. No. That's why no validation error accepted. Field level validation satisfied. Second one, global object level validation, that is also accepted. Now have a look once. Let me send the request. Resource updated successfully. Really updated, man. Sunny1234 under 5,002. Okay. Now let me open server console. Are you seeing right? Are you seeing first which one validated? Field level validation and then object level validation. Both validations are happened or not? If anywhere failing is there, then updation is not going to be happen. assume that here partner application want to update with the salary 4,002. Can you please tell field level validation is going to be satisfied or not satisfied? Field level validation fails. Field level validation fails. Immediately it's going to tell, sorry man, I can't update. Sorry, I can't update. Okay. Now have a look once, sir. It's going to tell 1 minute maybe. Yeah. Here have you if you observe that, okay, employee salary should be minimum of 5,000. Minimum of 5,000. Field level validation fails. Here we are seeing only field level validation. Now the things are very clear for you. Okay, so that's all. So what is the object level? What is the field level? Do you know? Sometimes when we should go for object level validations, a small example somewhere we cover. While creating super user, create super user, we require to enter password. Next, we require to re-enter password. Correct or not? Entered password, re-entered password. This is one field value. This is another field value. Both the things must be matched or not. If both are matched, then only super user will be created. Now, object level validation or field level validation? Object level validation or field level? Object level, because both the fields we require to consider, sir. Normal password field, re-enter password field, both I require to compare like. Similarly, in your account number for online money transfer, you have to add the payee. Okay, then you have to provide enter account number. Next, immediately re-enter account number. Sir, provided account number, re-enter account number, both the things are same. Then only this payee will be added to our payee list. Correct or not? Yes, friends. Account number and re-enter account number, both the things should be matched. Okay, object level validations. So individual field level, object level validations, observe the difference, right? Individual field level validation means just validate followed by field name. Okay, but object level validation is okay, like multiple fields you are going to validate. Yes, global validation, object level. If you don't want to validate field level, no problem. Happily you can go for object level. Pesra number requirement. Vinod, the reason for that is I just specified both, but based on our programming requirement, we can use the corresponding validation. Yes, my intention is all possible validations I want to show. That's next. This one is why we are going to double check. Why we are going to double check? Because by mistake account number you may enter wrong. If you are going to enter second time also, then there is a maximum chance to enter correct account numbers only. That's the reason why the people bank applications. Next, why they are asking about double check. Getting? Yeah, Aryan. Yes, by using object level, you can validate only one field also. Acceptable. By using object level, we can validate only one field. Acceptable. But only one field if you want to validate. What is the need of object level validation? Unnecessary misusing the concept. Okay. Well, now the third option. Yeah, object level is more powerful than field level, I'm sure. Next, by using inbuilt validators or by using validators. Okay, like how you can implement validators, right? How you can implement validators. Okay, here just take a bit very special care. Inbuilt validators, how you can able to do that, just observe that. In the serializers.py. Do you know here max length is the 64 I took, sir. E-name max length 64. Assume that e-name max length 4 only I'm taking. E-name max length 4 only I'm taking, sir. Assume that e-name max length is the 4. Now have a look once, sir. Have a look once. This is the inbuilt validators which are provided by serializers. Okay. Now I want to perform updation. Where ename is equal to Sunny. Next 5002. Where ename is equal to Sunny 1 2 3 4 5002. Like this I'm taking, sir. Okay. Let me enter. Now observe. Ensure this field has no more than 4 characters. What? Inbuilt validator is working or not? Inbuilt validator is working or not? Yes. Where? Who provided this one? Where we provided? Okay, this one, sir. Regarding this is serializers dot char field. Serializers inbuilt validation, right? Okay, well, sir. Now anyway. 64 only I'm taking. Next, I want to take one more, sir. What? Salary should be multiples of 1000. Assume that, sir. Should be multiples of thousands only. Multiples of thousand only. Means 2000, 3000, 10,000, 20,000 like 20,001. 20,002 not going to be accepted. I want to implement this type of validation. How you can do, sir? This is very simple. Can I go for that? Can I go for this one? Okay. How you can different style I want to apply? Observe that. Of course, the people who attended my forms, Django forms concept, it is a very easy. Let me take one method, sir. DEF. Here, just I'm taking any name you can use. Multiples of 1000. Multiples of 1000. Like this I'm taking, sir. It's a normal function. Value. Okay, value, sir. What I want to take, it is a normal function. I'm taking. Multiples of 1000. Like this, right? Now, if value. If value percentage 1000 is not equal to 0. What is the meaning of that? If a value percentage 1000 is not equal to 0, sir, it is not multiple. It is not multiplication multiples of 1000, sir. If the value is not a multiples of 1000, rise serializers dot validation error. Rise serializers dot validation error. Okay, of employee salary should be multiples of thousands. Should be multiples of thousands. Multiples of thousand like this, right? So it is a simple validation checking I took. Sir, it is the independent function or not? I'm not taking inside my serializer class. I'm taking outside, right? Now, for which field you want to implement this validation? Can you please tell? For which field you want to implement this validation? Can you please confirm? For which field you want to implement? ESAL. Okay. Now, ESAL float field within bracket validators is equal to which function? Multiples of 1000. Wow, wonderful, sir. Whatever validations you required, here you have to specify. Now, for that particular field, you have to take validators is equal to multiples of 1000. Even this type of approach also acceptable. By using serializers, how many styles are there to validate our data? Wonderful. Clear? Can I go for next one? Can I check this implementation? Can I check this one? Is it going to work or not? Okay, observe that. Sir, now total, how many validators are there, sir? How many validators are there? Can you tell? Three. Sir, field level, next object level, next here also. Let me take one print statement. Print validation by validator field, validator attribute, like this something. Okay, because order is important. First, highest priority will goes to, okay, this one, sir. Next priority will goes to this one, sir. Second priority. Third priority will goes to global object level. So this is the first one, second one, third one. Okay, like now let me check partner application. Here 5002 I'm taking. Is it going to be accepted or won't be accepted? Is it accepted or not? Respond. Is it going to be accepted or not? No. Because the problem is multiples of 1000 is not there. 5002. Reminder 2 is there. Let me cross check. What is going to tell? Employee salary should be multiples of 1000. Is it working properly or not? Okay. Here validation by validator attribute. Only that one only. Field level validation. Field level validation, global validation, these things are not working. Okay, now observe that. Now observe this. Suppose salary 7,000 like this I'm taking. 7,000 like. Sir, now is it accepted or not? Accepted. All the three validations satisfied, sir. All three validation. Minimum 5,000 satisfied. If the name is the Sunny, 50,000, but name is not Sunny, that's why not required to worry. Next, multiples of 1,000 only acceptable. Now, perfect. Resource updated successfully. Now let me cross check. Yes, 7,000 is coming. If you observe server console, all the three validations already completed, sir. If you want, you can cross check. Validation by validator attribute, field level validation, object level validation. Sir, here from this you have to be aware one more point also. If we implement all the three types of validations, then in which order validation is going to be happen? First validator attribute, second one field level, third one object level. Any doubt? Yes. Is it clear, right? Okay, that's all, friends. This is about, sir, how you can implement the validators concept. Okay, now serializers, normal serializer, how you can implement validators, all the things are very clear for you people. Okay, any doubt? We covered very clearly serializers concept. Have you remembered, right? So DRF. So first topic we covered how to install DRF, how to install DRF. Okay, we covered. Next and after that, just we started about serializers. In the serializers, I hope you people may remember. Sir, Django, I mean REST framework serializers are responsible for three activities. What is the first activity, sir? Serialization. Second activity, sir? Deserialization. 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 What is the third activity, sir? Validations. Even these validations also we covered already, right? Next, in serializers. In serializers, we have two types of serializers. We covered normal serializers, and the second one is the modal serializers. Normal serializers, second one modal serializers. Modal serializer we have to discuss. Sir, everything we discussed about normal serializers, right? Can you please confirm everything we discussed about normal serializers, right? Yes. Here serializers are dot py. Regarding serializers are dot py. In this, just I took it is the normal serializer concept. Regarding it, the normal serializer concept, right? Sir, now in the normal serializer concept, sir, how you can implement validation? If you want to implement the post operation, if you want to provide support for update operation, yes, like these things we require to do that, sir, compulsory. Like next, views.py. In the views.py, do you know, sir, how you can implement get operation, post operation, put operation, and then delete operation? These things also we discussed very clearly up to this, right? Sir, now, sir, what problems are there with the normal serializers? Are you getting right? What problems with the normal serializers, right? Okay, sir, what the problems is compulsory. We have to specify. We have to declare fields explicitly. We have to declare all fields explicitly. Correct or not? We require to define all fields explicitly. This is the first thing what we did, sir. Yes, sir. Do you know enum, ename, esal, e-address? Next, second problem here is we have to implement create. We have to implement create and update. Create and update methods explicitly. Regarding we require to, sir, we have to do implement create and update methods explicitly, right? So mostly we have to define these methods also, right? But whenever we are using modal serializers, remember this one, sir. If our serializable objects are just the Django model instances, Django model objects, highly recommended to go for modal serializers, right? So modal serializer exactly same as normal serializers only, except that we are not required to specify these fields explicitly. Remember this one. First activity, sir, we are not required to define these fields explicitly. The second one, sir, create and update methods. We are not required to write explicitly. Create and update methods, we are not required. To write explicitly. Remember this one, sir. Create and update methods we are not required to implement. So typing shortcut kind of thing we are going to get with the modal serializers. Remember that modal serializer won't do any extra miracles when compared with the normal serializers, right? Modal serializer just provide shortcut representation for the normal serializers. Everyone can able to understand, right? Yes, friends. Everyone can able to understand? Can I go for normal modal serializer concept? Okay, well. So what is the first one? If you are going to use modal serializer, if we are going to use modal serializer, okay, modal serializer, we are not required to declare fields explicitly. Next, we are not required to implement create and update methods explicitly, right? Okay, now have a look once. What I'm trying to take is this employee serializer. Let me comment this, sir. Employee serializer. Let me comment this one. Okay, well, no more employee serializer. Now let me take employee serializer. Again, I'm taking, sir, class employee serializer. Of. Can you please tell what I have to take? Please confirm what I have to take. Can you please confirm? It should be child class of. Respond, friends. It should be child class of serializers dot modal. Serializers dot modal serializer. Serializers dot modal serializer. Next, sir, class meta class meta. Okay, model serializer class meta. Sir, which model, sir? Just the model is equal to employee. Model is equal to employee model. Next, which fields? Are you getting? which fields, sir? Yeah, do you know underscore all? Do you somewhere we had this type of discussion? Have you remembered, right? Somewhere we have this type of things, model forms, model forms. Somewhere we have normal form and model forms. Same concept only. Nothing will be there, sir. Class employee serializer dot model serializer. Like we have to specify. That's it, sir. We are not required to specify all the fields. Fields will be considered automatically from the model class. Regarding fields will be considered automatically from the model class. Next, the second, create and update methods. We are not required. Create and update methods we are not required to provide because model serializer already providing default implementation for those methods based on this model. Okay, well, now have a look once, sir. What I want to take is, now let me execute this code. Let me execute this code, sir. Sir, observe a bit carefully. So test.py is already there, sir. Test.py is already there. Okay. Now let me comment this update resource. Directly I'm going for get resource. Directly just I'm going for get resource, right? So here get resource method will work normally or not. Okay. Have a look once. 1 minute. REST API apps with the REST C1. That's all. Now py manage.py run server. Like this I'm taking, sir. Let me start admin like this, right? Yes, here server already started. Now admin employees, okay, like this, right? Employees, right? Now three employees are available, right? Now let me send the get request, sir. Let me send the get request. REST apps with the REST C1. Okay, py test.py. Regarding py test.py, sir, test.py. I'm sending get request. Observe that what the code is there. Get resource, sir. Get resources. Can I get all the resources or not? Can you please confirm? Can I get all the resources or not? Yes, we have to get again all resources, right? Because I'm not passing any ID. If I'm not passing any ID, as per view function, use.py. If I'm not passing any ID, then automatically what the output by default you are going to get, yes, all employees data we have to get, sir. If it is working properly, sir, I'm using model serializer or normal serializer. Can you please confirm? Am I using model serializer or normal serializer? Model. Now observe. Yes, is it working properly or not? Yes. First record, second record, and third record. 3 records are working, sir. It's a perfectly get method wise, no problem at all. So if I replace normal serializer with model serializer, get the functionality, no issue at all. Okay. Here one more thing, sir. In the test, I'm passing, sir, one. Then automatically ID 1 related resource we have to get, sir. Am I going to get or not? Observe ID 1 related resource information we are getting perfectly. It's working, sir. Now let me test the post functionality. Is it working properly or not, sir? Here just let me comment this. Let me comment this one. Now what is the create resource? Regarding create resource I'm taking, sir. Can you please tell, am I implemented any validations in the serializers? Can you please confirm? As per this serializer, am I implementing any validations? No, we didn't implement any validations, right? If you are not going to implement validations, no problem, acceptable. Okay, well, sir, now have a look once, sir. Sir, this new resource should be added. Employee number 400, employee name Shiva, employee salary 4,000, employee address Ranchi, like this, right? Observe what the answer we are getting. Resource created successfully. Let me cross check. 4th record is coming or not? Yes, I mean this record is coming, no problem at all. Are you getting? This record is coming. It's so post method is working properly, right? Similarly, I want to check update operation. Is it working or not? Is it working or not? Sir, actually, have you remembered, right? To implement post operation, post operation, compulsory, we require to override which methods are create method in serializer. In serializer class compulsory we have to do that. But in model serializer, am I doing that? Can you please confirm? In the model serializer, am I doing that? No, we didn't do that. What is the reason? What is the reason for that? What is the reason? Reason for that is model. Now, what the reason for this is because model serializer will provide default implementation for create method and inbuilt functionality. Create method and update methods also. Okay, well, this is the post operation, right? Now let me check if the update operation is working properly or not. Okay, now my target is, sir, here observe carefully, sir. This is the update operation. Sir, update resource 5. Update resource 5 in num. I'm taking Shiva Shankar. Okay, Shiva Shankar, like this I'm taking, sir. So for resource 5 with the ID 5, can you please update Shiva Shankar? Like this I'm taking, sir. Sir, now I didn't implement any, sir, what we call, this is the post and put method, update, I didn't implement anything, sir. So if you are not going to implement anything related to update, employees model serializer will provide that, don't worry. Partial is equal to true, I kept already, right? Now have a look once. Let me send the request. Let me send the request. Resource updated successfully. Let me cross check. Sir, here with the 5, sir, Shiva is there, but now Shiva Shankar is going to come. Are you getting? Is it updated or not? Can you please observe? Is it updated or not? Yes. So happily, update operation is also working properly. Okay, well. Next, delete operation. Is it going to work or not? Because delete no way related to serializer. Correct or not? We didn't use anywhere serialization related to delete. So now have a look once. If you want, you can implement delete functionality also. Okay, like that. Now I'm taking, sir, delete. Can you please delete the resource with the ID 5. Delete the resource with the ID 5, like this I'm taking, sir. Now have a look once, sir. Okay, resource deleted successfully. Resource deleted successfully, like, sir, really is that a resource deleted or not? Yes, resource is already deleted, right? Any doubt? Any doubt? Sir, earlier how much code we write for serializers? Do you know this much code I wrote? Regarding this much code, create method, update method, all these nonsense I wrote. But anyway, if I start using model serializer, nothing will be there, sir. Saiteja, yes, definitely we can able to perform simultaneously all the 4 operations. All the 4 operations we can able to do that. No issue. Just uncomment that. Just for explanation purpose I'm taking. Uncomment that. First this one is going to execute. Next this one is going to execute. Next this one is going to execute, like all 4 operations. All 4 operations we can able to do simultaneously. Just it's a simple Python script. Clear, right? Up to this, any doubt? Saiteja, do you want me to show all the 4 simultaneous execution? Just uncomment, automatically all the things by default will work simultaneously, no problem at all. Okay, just 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. What I want to take is, I want to, first one, I want to get all resources. Observe carefully. I want to get all resources. I want to get all resources. Okay, first one, it is going to display all resources. So get functionality completed. After that, I want to create a new resource. I want to create a new resource. Okay, new resource employee number 500. Next, here Sai Teja. Okay, just I'm taking Sai Teja. Okay, like I'm taking Ishal 5,000. Okay, next, here just I'm taking some Chennai. Okay, like, so now this new employee will be created. This new employee will be created, sir. So first it will list out all records, and then it will create a new employee. Next, I want to update, sir, already existing resource with the ID 5. There is a Shiva Shankar is there. Shiva Shankar Varma, like this I'm taking, and it's a salary also. I want to implement, sir, 9999. Like updation is going to be happen like. Next, I want to delete the record related to first one. I want to delete the record related to first one. Yes. Can you please have a look once? All the operations I want to do simultaneously or not? Saiteja, getting right? Yes. I uncommented all. Let me run the script. First, this one is going to be executed, and after that, this one is going to be executed. Next, after that, this one is going to be executed. After that, this one is going to be executed, sir. Sir, if you want, just I'm taking some more. Okay, just for your clarity purpose. Import time I'm taking. Import time I'm taking. Here, just print get request. Print get request, like this I'm taking, sir. Sir, after this, time dot, have you remembered, right? Time dot sleep of 10 seconds or otherwise 5 seconds. I'm waiting for 5 seconds, right? Next, sir, what is the next one? Print post request. Print post request will start, sir. Print of post request. Next, sir, 10 seconds, because I want to check whether it is really updated or not. Sir, here after 10 seconds I'm taking, sir. Now, sir, print update record, like this. Update record, like, sir, here 15 seconds I'm taking. Next, here also after updation, another, sir, wait for 15 seconds. 15 at last, wait for 15 seconds, and then print delete operation, delete operation, right? Okay, delete of ID, that's all. Sir, now observe, just observe a bit very carefully, sir. How many operations it has to perform? First one, list out all employees. Second one, create a new employee, named with Sai Teja. Next, third one, update, already Shiva is there, Shiva Shankar Varma, like that, and the salary, can you please update? Fourth one, sir, automatically can you please delete the first ID record, like this, right? Okay, well, now let me execute this code. Observe carefully, observe a bit carefully. Yes. Okay, get request completed. Now, after 5 seconds, post request is going to start. Post request resource created already. Let me cross check. A new resource already created with the Sai Teja. Okay, next. So here I will wait for 15 seconds, I told already. Second request also completed. Now there is a problem here. What is that problem? Here just observe, 500 update resource 5, update resource 5, like this, right? Maybe the problem here is update resource 5 no record. That's why the problem is going to come. Regarding update record 5 update, so that's why the problem is going to come. I hope you can able to understand, right? Yes, employee does not exist, like Saiteja. Still, do you want me to explain, or are you able to get right? One by one is going to execute, don't worry. Yes, Saiteja. Okay, do you want me to explain? Yes, here which record is there? Now 6th record is there, or otherwise 3rd record is there, sir. Third record is there. 5th record already deleted. 3rd record is there. Next and after that, delete 1st record. Yes. Let me execute again. No issue at all. Now observe, get request. Yes, happen. Post request. One more Sai Teja will be created. Yes. Next. After the third record should be Sunny 1, 2, 3, 4 should be updated. Resource created successfully. And then update record, resource updated successfully. Now just let me refresh. Yes, Sunny, Shivashankar Varma 9999 like I got. Next, the first record should be deleted after 15 seconds. First record, yes, resource deleted successfully. Let me refresh. First record, Sunny gone. Yo, first record gone. Getting right? All the 4 operations, happily you can able to do that. Okay? Well, that's all. Next, this is the first thing. Next, one more small doubt, sir. Okay? How to implement? Priyank asking how you can implement validations. How you can implement validations in the case of model serializers. Regarding validations in the case of model serializers. Very simple. Very simple, sir. What for which field you want to perform validation? So ECL, I want to perform validation for ECL. So for the fields which require validation, such type of fields we have to declare explicitly. Priyank, regarding right, for which field you require validation? ECL. Only that particular field we have to declare. We are not required to provide all. Now just I'm taking here same as previous case only. Just I'm taking here. Observe that ECL serializers dot float field validators multiples of 1000. Regarding validators multiples of 1000 like this, right? Is really this validation is going to work or not? Okay, I want to test, sir. Okay, validators, I want to test. Very simple. Where we will do either create resource or update resource. Regarding either create resource or update resource, right? Now, sir, create resource. Just let me update record. Let me comment up to this, right? Only update record. Sir, ID is equal to 3. Can you please update? ID is equal to 3. Can you please update? Now salary I'm taking 1, 2, 3, 4, sir. Is it acceptable or won't accept? Can you please confirm? Is it acceptable or won't acceptable? Won't. Because the reason is salary should be multiples of 1000. Salary should be multiples of 1000. 1000 like this, right? Now have a look once. I'm trying to update with the invalid salary. Regarding 400 ECL employee salary should be multiples of 1000. Definitely it's working properly, sir. Now my requirement is okay. Here very simple terminology I'm taking, sir. Here just let me take sir just 1000 like this I'm taking, sir. Sir 1000 or otherwise some 7000 like this I'm taking. What is the existing salary for the third employee? Sir, here 9999 is there. 3000 or 7000 like this I'm taking. Acceptable. Let me perform. Yes, resource updated successfully. Let me check the salary will become 7000 or not. Yes, the salary will become 7000. Okay, like next validate ECL, global validate, object level validation, field level validation, all those things also we can able to take, no problem at all. Getting right? Okay, these methods also you can just place these methods also you can write inside that class. Automatically these validations also by default will be performed, no problem at all. So normal validations, field level validations also it will work. Next, to delete table, what is the use of serializers? What is the need of validations? So validations are applicable, are required to create a new record, or otherwise to update existing record. For deleting, no validation is required. You are going to pass some ID. Okay, can you please delete so and so ID? That's all. Okay. So now from this discussion, from this generally we can perform validation. Don't worry. Yeah. Validate is also applicable. Vaishnav, validate method you can use. Validate method you can use. Next field level validation also you can able to do that. Similar to sir validators. You can use that, no issue. Okay. Now, so just observe model serializer. Is it doing any extra activity? Can you please confirm? Model serializer, is it doing any extra? Nothing. Nothing, sir. It's not doing any miracles kind of thing. Regarding just a typing shortcut, beyond that, nothing will be there in the model serializers, right? Next, one more small thing I got to explain. Whether you people may familiar in the Django sessions or not, I don't know. Here, which fields will be participated in the serialization? Can you please spell out all the fields? Regarding all the fields, I don't want all fields. Okay, I don't want all fields. I want only specified fields. How to specify? Is it clear that you can able to specify, sir? Very simple. Instead of all, you can take, sir, which fields? Maybe tuple or maybe list. No problem. Both the things are acceptable. Sir, only enum, next ename, next esr. Regarding enum, esr, sir, e-address. Okay, e-address, sir, e-sal, I don't want to serialize because of security reason. Salary, I don't want to highlight, I don't want to share. That's why because of security reasons, I don't want sal. Then automatically, happily, you can declare these are the fields, right? Remember that. So, if 1,000 fields are available, if 1,000 fields are available, if we want very less number of fields. If we want very less number of fields, then this approach is recommended to use, right? Okay. Sometimes, do you know, I want most of the fields. 999 fields I want 999 fields required except only ESR. Then we require to use exclude. Regarding that, then we require to use exclude. Exclude which fields are ESL. Regarding exclude, which field we require to use, right? ESL. Regarding, so in model serializers, in how many ways we can specify required fields? There are 3 ways are available. So this is the first way, all. Regarding this is the first way itself is all. Second way, only required fields you can specify like this. Sir, except if 1 or 2 fields, all the remaining if you want to consider, then automatically you can go for this style also. Exclude is applicable, fields are applicable, next all applicable, right? Have you remembered somewhere at our childhood in the Django forms we covered already? Django model forms we discussed already about this cinema. Okay, that's it. This is about what is model serializers concept. Okay, that's it, sir. This example at the end of the session, please remind. I will share this code, sir. Okay, that's all. There ends what is a serializers concept, and then model serializers concept, sir. Nothing will be there. Sir, next second utility, very important utility, I want to bring from the Django REST framework, sir. What that is. Up to this we covered after installation only serializers, sir. Now the next concept what I want to bring from the REST framework is Django REST framework. Okay, Django REST framework views. Remember this. Django REST framework views we have to provide. So do you know DRF provides 2 classes to define business logic for our API views. Okay, DRF provides two classes to define business logic for our API views. Right? Okay, like sir, now up to this, how you define your view class? Can you please confirm? Up to this, how you define your view class, right? This is the way, sir. Regarding this is the way I defined. Sir, this view is from the Django or from the DRF? Please confirm. This is from the Django or from the DRF. It is a simple Django view. That's why we have to write this much code. Regarding that's why we require to write this much code. We are not utilizing the inbuilt functionality of DRF, sir. But now onwards, happily don't use this bloody view class. Happily, do you know DRF contain two classes. Okay, to implement what those classes is. First one. Anyone having the idea? Can you please tell? Instead of you, there are two classes DRF is going to provide. What the first class and what the second one? Anyone having the names? Good. Anyone having the names? If you have basic idea, well and good. The people who don't know, no issue at all. I will explain. Okay. First class name is API view. Okay. First class name is API view. Second class name is view set. Regarding first class name API view, second class name view set. Remember that. So total how many classes are there? These two classes provided by DRF. So now onwards, don't use this Django view class. Instead of that, better to use either API view or view set. Either API view or view set you require to use. Any doubt? Friends, all the people are in a position to understand, right? Now, just a basic idea. I want to tell for you people what the difference between these are two things. When we should go for which one? When we should go for first one? When we should go for second? Can you please confirm? When we should go for API view? When we should go for view set? Which is more powerful? Which is more powerful? Which is not powerful? Anyone? Do you know in our Django sessions? In our Django session somewhere we covered FBV and then CBV. Have you remembered, right? We covered FBV and then CBV. Okay, we discussed it, right? Now FBV and CBV, which is more powerful, which is the less powerful? FBV more powerful, sir. FBV function based reviews are more powerful. CBV is not that much powerful. CBV is okay, just some commonly required operations. Okay, it is going to hide complexity. It is going to provide easiness, but easily we can use CBV. But power wise FBV, sir. In FBV, everything we are responsible to write the logic. Regarding in FBV, everything we are responsible to write the logic, sir. So that complete control is there in our hand. Okay, you know the complete control over the logic we have because everything we are going to write, sir. But in CBV, sir, internally how the things are going to come, we don't know. Everything is going to be hidden. Regarding inbuilt functionality, most of the code will be generated automatically by the CBV. We are not required to do much thing. So flow of execution, we can't see much clearly in the case of CBV. But in the case of FBV, complete control over the logic we have. We are responsible to write each and every activity, right? Regarding are very simple. If everything you are going to do that, then so you have complete control over the logic. But if someone is going to develop that code we are going to use, then automatically we may not have complete control, sir. Suppose assume that sir, you developed a small project. You developed one project, sir. Almost around 10,000 lines of the code is there, sir. Lines of code. You gave the demo. You gave the demo like this. You gave the demo, sir. Now immediately I ask, Array, here you are printing hello, something like don't print hello. Instead of print hello, can you please print hi, something like I'm asking a small customization. If you really develop this code, are you in the position to do this customization or not? Yeah, respond. Are you in the position to do this customization or not? Yes, because if you develop this code, you can able to do that. You can able to do that. But in the case of CBV, or someone developed these codes, just giving the demo. Sir, suddenly client is telling, sir, I don't want all employees. I want only top 3 employees information only. Can you please display? Like this he is asking. Then immediately my face with the question mark face, because I didn't implement this code where I require to perform the change. I have to analyze once again that. So the difference between these two things is, these two things is, observe that. So function based views, everything we have to write the functionality. Complete control is there in our hand. But CBV, most of the code will be generated automatically. Regarding most of the code will be generated automatically. We are not having complete control over the logic. Getting right? So, which is more powerful, CBV or FBV? CBV or FBV? Which is more powerful, FBV? Next up, where we have complete control over the logic, FBV. Sir, where clear execution flow, FBV. Where complex operations, if you want to perform, FBV is the best choice. Okay, like here also same kind of difference is there. Yes, we know. So override up to certain level, not completely. Yeah, in the case of API view and a view set, API view and view set, do you know here? Observe that API view is something like API view is something like FBV, sir. Something like FBV. Okay, it is also class only. Don't worry, sir. It is something like FBV. Okay, like where everything we require to write the code, so that biggest advantage, complete control over the logic. Remember this one, sir. Complete control over the logic. Logic is there. Next, clear execution flow will be there, sir. Okay. Complex operations, if you want to perform, API view is the best choice, right? If you want to work with multiple data sources simultaneously, like complex operations, if you are using any other APIs, other third-party APIs in the same request, okay, like if you want to do some complex operation, then API view itself is the best choice, right? Friends, are you getting the basic idea? Of course, I will list out all these things. Don't worry. Just try to get the basic terminology about this API view, sir. Okay. So it is the most basic class to build the REST APIs. It is similar to a Django traditional API class. Observe that it is a Django traditional view class, right? API view is the Django's traditional API view itself is just like view class. Not much difference, right? Next, strictly speaking, it is the child class of, sir, up to certain level. Let me remove this one. It is the child class. It is the child class of API view. Regarding it is the child class of just a view only. Remember that. Okay. So next, do you know, if you want to implement functionality, we have to write the HTTP methods like get method, post method, put method, like these kind of methods we require to use, sir. Remember, API view always talks about something like HTTP methods like get, post, put. But if you go for view set, terminology is completely different, sir. There we have to use list, create, such a type of terminology will come in the picture. Next, here we have to write the code. We have to write the code explicitly. We have to write the code explicitly. So the biggest advantage is complete control over the logic. Complete control over the logic. Remember. Next, clear execution flow will be there. Clear execution flow will be there, sir. Next, API views are best suitable if you want to perform complex operations. If you want to perform complex operations like working with multiple data sources, multiple data sources, working with multiple data sources. Next, calling other third party APIs, calling other third party APIs. Like if you want to do some complex operations, then our hand should go for API view class. Remember this one. Are you getting right? Next up, one more thing, sir. URL mapping. Sir, once you wrote view class, compulsory, we have to define URL pattern, right? You have to map URLs, right? Who is the responsible? We have to do manually, sir. We have to map URLs. We have to map views to URLs manually. Remember this one. We have to map our views to URLs manually. So this is what you people should be aware about API view. Any doubt? Thoda clarity, almost around 4 or 5 points. So they just I repeated multiple times. It is just what is the API view? It is the most basic class to define business functionality of API view. Next, it is the child class of Django's view class only. Here we have to define get, post, put, such type of methods to define functionality. Next, here we have to write code explicitly so that complete control will be there over the logic and clear execution flow. Best suitable if you are going to perform complex operations like working with multiple data sources, calling other third-party APIs explicitly. Next, URL mapping we have to perform explicitly, right? Then immediately you may ask, sir, okay, we are getting some basic idea. Is there any difference in the view set, right? Yes, definitely right. Sir, what is the difference is in the API view, which methods we are using? Can you please confirm? In the which methods we are using? Get, post, put, these kind of methods. But in the view set, just for basic idea purpose I'm covering, sir. But in the case of view set, which methods we require to use instead of get, post, sir, we have to use a list method. We have to use a list method. We have to use a create method. So you know database model operations, list, create, delete, detail, like detail means a retrieve. Detail means a retrieve means a detailed operation, right? Next, update. Next, partial update. Are you getting update, partial update? These kind of methods, sir, destroy, like these kind of database operations, methods we require to use. Remember this one, sir. But here we require to use HTTP method, but here the method terminology will be different. Next, the biggest advantage here is most of the code will be generated automatically. We are not required to write the code. That's why. So complete control over the logic we may miss. Clear execution flow we don't know. We may not have. Next, here, sir, for simple APIs, for developing very simple APIs, very simple APIs. Yeah, for developing very simple APIs, view set is the best choice, right? Okay, do you know within 2 minutes, okay, I can able to develop view set because we are not required to write much code, right? We are not required to write much code. Database CRUD API, just a simple CRUD operations. If you want to develop API, if I will go for view set, 2 minutes are more enough. Are you getting 2 minutes are more enough? Then you may feel, array sir, why covered almost around 10 days to develop a simple API? If you use view set, just 2 minutes it's going to be completed, right? Like you may get such type of feeling also. View set we can develop very easily the APIs, right? But simple APIs, not complex operations, right? Getting? Are you able to get some small comparisons also? At last, after covering programmatic, all those things, I will repeat again. Don't worry, sir. Just get some basic idea. Next, one more thing, sir. We have to map views to URLs manually. No, here we are not required to define URL patterns. Remember, here there is one concept is there, rotor concept. What is this concept, sir? Can you spell out? Rotor. So, rotor concept is there. By using this rotor concept, so automatically views will be mapped to URLs. We are not required to do manually. Okay, there is a concept, rotor concept is there. How you can able to do that? That part I will take care. Don't worry. So to develop view classes in DRF, DRF is going to provide two classes. One is API view, second one is view set. Complex APIs, if you want to develop, API view is the best choice. If you want to develop very simple APIs, sir, with very quickly, within the less time, if you want to develop, then better to go for view set. Up to this, clear? Not required to keep much explanation, right? Now, if you feel comfortable, then happily we can go for next level programming, right? One more thing you have to be aware. Of course, before starting the program, one more thing you have to be aware, sir. Do you know, up to this, including last example also, we did how we tested our API. Can you please tell, sir? I developed API, assume that. How I tested whether this API is working properly or not. What approach I follow? Anyone, can you please tell? Sir, this is the API, sir. API. Okay, I developed API, sir. Okay, what approach I followed to test this functionality, right? Observe, we write one partner application. What is this partner application, sir? Python. Regarding Python script I wrote, Python script I wrote, partner as a partner application. By using this Python script, just I tested whether this one is working properly or not. Okay, but remember that DRF is providing, there is one concept is there, browsable API. Can you please spell out what is this word? Browsable. Are you getting? Browsable API. Okay, by using browsable API, okay, we can test the API is working properly or not. We are not required to write this Python script or like browsable API. By using that, we can able to test our application, our API functionality, right? Whether it is working properly or not. Next, in real time, the most commonly used approach to test the API functionality. Anyone, can you please guess? In real time, the most commonly used, okay, function way to test the API is working properly or not. What is that? One is Postman. Are you getting that? What is that? One is Postman. Are you getting Postman, sir? Postman, sir, by using Postman tool, we can test whether our API is working properly or not. Okay, these three approaches already we covered this, but now we have to discuss this one under this, so that you will get completeness. Okay, be ready for these things also. How the browsable API is going to work. Next and after that, okay, like yeah, we know RESTlet client. Yeah, there are. Next, Seema is telling Swagger. Like, okay, maybe multiple tools are there, but Postman is a very commonly used tool. Next, whenever you are using DRF, browsable API support is already there. We are not required to use any third-party tools also like Postman. Getting, friends? Okay. Yeah. Last session, we had very clear discussion about, I hope you people may aware. Yes, sir, we discussed about, sir, what are various Django REST framework views? Forgetting what are various Django REST framework views we covered, sir. Do you know if you consider Django REST framework views, there are two view classes provided by Django REST framework. What is the first one? I forgot the name. Can you please confirm what is the first one, sir? Please respond. I forgot the name. What is the first one? API view. What is the second one, sir? Second one is view set. Regarding second one itself is view set. Okay, like API view. Second one is the view set, right? Okay. By using these two view classes, we can define business logic for our endpoint. Remember this one, endpoint itself is API endpoint, right? Sir, we can provide business logic for our endpoint, right? Okay. Now my target is, sir, when we should go for API view, when we should go for view set. In the last session, very briefly I covered when we should go for API view, sir. Sir, very simple. If sir, we know API view just like our function based view, there everything we have to write the logic. Regarding everything we require to write the logic, right? So control clear, sir, control flow we can able to see. Next, complete control over the logic will be there. If you are performing very complex operation, then happily we can go for API view. Okay, but when we should go for a view set, most of the code will be generated automatically by the view set. That's why standard operations, if you want to perform without any customization, then we can go for view set concept. Standard operations, if you are going to perform, then we should go for view set concept, right? Okay, well, so now here let me go for a simple example for API view. The theory already we covered in the last session. Let me talk about a simple example, sir. Here let me go for, okay, new example must be required. Here now REST API apps OT. Okay, now I'm taking Django admin, start project with the REST C2, like this I'm taking, sir. Regarding with the REST C2 like this I'm taking. Okay, application is ready. I mean project is ready. Now, sir, with the REST C2 I'm taking, sir. Now here just let me go for, sir, can you please guide, sir? What is the next one? py manage.py, manage.py. Here just start the app. Okay, test the app, like this I'm taking. Now application is also ready. Okay, let me go for that. Yes, all this nonsense I don't want. It's a complete new thing, so that's why that. Sir, now this is our last project, sir. I mean with the REST C1. Sir, let me remove this one. This file is not required. Okay, now with the REST C2 like this. So first we should not ignore this one. Let me go for settings.py. Can you please tell what things I required here, sir? In the install apps, I forgot, sir, because there is a gap. I forgot what things I have to add, sir. Can you please confirm? Please respond. REST, sir, first REST framework we have to add, sir. REST framework. Okay, this is the third party application, and then, sir, now I'm trying to take test the app. Okay, test the app like this side. Okay, well, sir, now what we have to do is, let me go for user.py. Let me go for user.py, sir. Here I want to implement user.py. Sir, class just test API view. This API view should be child class of API view. Remember this one, should be child class of API view. So that's why compulsory you require to import API view class. Sir, where API view is available? From REST framework dot views. Regarding from REST framework dot views, import API view. Observe that very carefully, sir. Sir, API view present inside REST framework dot views. Sir, sir, class test API view. Now I'm taking, sir, API view. Okay, like I'm taking. That's all. Any doubt? Friends, after this is the clear, right? Okay, sir, import API view class test API view. Sir, now if you are implementing, if you are extending API view, sir, do you know we have to provide get method, post method, put method, these kind of things. If you go for view set, then we require to provide list method, then we require to provide list method, detail method, retry method, like so. Here HTTP method based on methods we have to define, sir. Sir, now I want to go for get method, DEF, get method, sir. Sir, get method self comma request comma star args star keyword args. Okay, like I'm taking, sir, DEF get self request star args comma star args, like this I'm taking. So now take very special care. I'm not going to use any database related things. I'm not going to use any database related things, right? So just I'm taking colors is equal to okay, just I'm taking red color, next yellow color, next green color, like comma blue color, like I'm taking, sir. That's all, just some colors I'm taking. Now, do you know in the API, it is always responsible. It's always responsible to provide the response in which form? Please confirm. Compulsory we require to provide the response in which format? JSON format. Compulsory we require to provide JSON. So do you know if you want to provide JSON format, what we have to take is here we did okay, several things we did, sir. Okay, some HTTP response serializers concept dot like there are some way, but here take very special care. DRF contains one special class. What that special class is? Response class, right? Okay, remember this one. DRF contains one special class. What that special class, sir? Response class. Remember this one, sir. Response class. DRF contains special class. What is that? Response class, right? So this response class itself is the responsible to convert Python dict to JSON data. Regarding Python dict to JSON type. That's why just you are not required to worry about conversion process. This response itself is going to take care. Oh, our life became very simple, sir, in this terminology. Regarding that, because of this response class, observe that carefully. How to send a response in API view or view set. To send a response to the partner application, DRF provides one special class. What that special class, right? Response class. It will convert input data to JSON format automatically. Remember that. Okay, have a look once. Saurabh just started, don't worry. Sir, here return response, like this I have to take, sir. Sir, if you want to take a response, first import that response. Regarding import that response, right? Sir, now from REST framework dot response, sir, import response class. That's all, import response class. Return response, sir, here I have to pass the dictionary. Here some message I'm taking. What that message is, sir, here happy Pongal, like this I'm taking. This is the first key value pair. Second key value pair is colors is colors, right? Regarding, sir, can you please tell total, what is this total thing? It is a dictionary. Regarding how many key value pairs are there? Yes, first key value pair, second key value pair. This total dictionary will be converted into JSON. That JSON is going to be returned by this get method. Any doubt? Friends, everyone in the position to understand this one, right? Sir, we did only small activity. Sir, create test API view, which is the child of API view, just I'm taking. I don't want to take any models and so on, right? Okay, well, sir, now here what I want to take, sir, before starting the server, safe side here, just Padmaraj, response is response class provided by DRF. This response class, sir, will convert Python dictionary to JSON automatically. That's why specially designed class to send a JSON response in the DRF is response class is available. Have it once. So from REST framework dot response, okay, return response of like this we have to send. Sir, what is this one? Dictionary. If you send the dictionary, converting to JSON automatically is going to take care by this response class. Okay, that's all. No need serializer at this stage. Okay, here directly converting Python dictionary to JSON automatically it's going to take care. Okay, sir, now what is the next thing I have to take? Just let me test up to this side. Sir, before that, maybe internally some inbuilt applications, maybe database tables may be required. Sir, safe side, make migrations, maybe internally some tables may be required. That's why make migrations. Next, what that for predefined applications, migrate, and then one more URL pattern I didn't define. Are you getting right? URL pattern I didn't define. Compulsory we have to define URL pattern. Are you getting? Because am I using API view? Or any other? I'm using API view or view set. Can you please tell in this example? Am I using API view or view set? API view. That's why. So compulsory we require to configure URL patterns manually. Okay, from test app. Okay, test app import views. Now here, sir, URL here just I'm taking API. Next views dot here views dot. Okay, just what the test API view dot as view, like this we have to take. Any doubt? Are you seeing any new line in this? Okay, that's all. Sir, now here just observe that why we are taking these colors. Very simple, sir. I want to send some response. That's all. So I want to send some colors response. If any person requesting my API, so what the response I want to send from the get is just a simple colors response. Getting right, Swami? I don't want to use complex example, something like hello world example. Beyond that, nothing. Just to know the flow, to know the basic terminology. That's my intention. Okay, now observe. Have you remember in the last sessions somewhere I told DRF provide sir browsable API to test the browsable API. Okay, browsable API to test the API functionality. Are you getting? So how you can use that? First time we are going to use. As of now, browsable API. Maybe next level somewhere I will introduce Postman. Don't worry, sir. As of now, let me talk about browsable API. So first step, let me start the server, sir. Py manage.py. Okay, run server. Py manage.py run server. Yes, server will be started. Now directly let me send the request for this site. Sir, how you can send the request? HTTP 127.0.0.1:8000/API. That's all. So just send the request. Send the request from sir browser. Regarding now automatically DRF browsable API is there. Okay, like can you please have a look once? Are you getting right? Django REST framework. Allowed methods are get method, allowed methods are get method, options method. Sir, which type of response we are getting? Application by JSON, like this, right? Okay, sir, which message we are getting? Which message you are getting? First message, happy Pongal. Next one after that, second one, colors, like this, right? So we are not required to write. Any partner application. Simply by using browser, you can able to test. This facility is coming from the Django REST framework. Any doubt? Okay. Clear, friends? Can I go to the next level? Okay, that's all. Sir, now get request is ready. Sir, what is this one? Do you know what is this total thing? This total thing itself is nothing but browsable API. So we are not required to do any configurations. Directly you can send the request from the browser. But only one thing, REST framework should be already added. To your application settings file. Automatically this facility by default will be there. Okay, but how you can perform post request, how you can perform all those things I will discuss, don't worry. Okay, clear. Get request is the clear. Of course, I'm not performing any database related stuff. A simple hello world application I'm taking, sir. Okay, now the next thing. Can I go for post request or not? Can I send a post request or not? Okay, here this is. Sir, just up to this is the clear for all of you, right? Get functionality we provided. Now next one, post request. Okay, I want to send a post request, right? If you want to send a post request, in the post request, partner application will send some JSON data. Correct or not? If it's a post request, partner application will send some JSON data. This JSON data, sir, of course, we require to convert. Some conversion must be required. Correct or not? Some conversion must be required. Compulsory we should go for serializer concept. In the post request, partner application will send some resource data in the form of JSON. To convert this JSON data to Python native data type, serializer must be required or not? Yes, conversion must be required. Then only I can. So for that, what I'm going to take is, observe carefully, sir. First, let me write some serializer function. Okay. What is the file name? Please confirm. What is the file name usually we are going to use? Serializers.py. Of course, here model, these kind of things are not there. Don't worry, sir. Model is not there. Just from REST framework dot or from REST framework import serializers. From REST framework import serializers like. Next, I'm taking class name serializer of serializers dot serializer. Sir, why I'm not going for model? Why I'm not going for model serializer is here model is not there. It is a normal data. Here what fields my end user is a partner application is going to send only one field, sir, name. Only one field, name like this, right? Sir, serializers dot char field, of max length is equal to some 10 I'm taking, sir. That's all. So my serializer, okay, that's all. This is the only one field what I'm taking, sir. That's it. So now take a bit very special case, sir. I'm not going to insert this data in the database and so on. Don't worry. Just I will provide some response based on that, right? Okay, like, sir. Now here let me go to next method to handle that. Sir, what is the method? Can you please confirm? What is the method we require to take care? DEF. Please confirm. DEF post, sir, self comma request comma star args star kw args. Like I'm taking star args star kw args. Sir, very simple. Sir, first this request data is coming in the form of request. That's why what I'm taking serializer is equal to first import the serializer. So from test app dot serializers import the name serializer. Like this I'm taking. Sir, serializer is name serializer of data is equal to request dot data, sir. Regarding data is equal to request dot data like this, right? Now, do you know whatever data is coming as a part of the request? Now, can you please convert? Can you please this serializer is the responsible for converting, right? Okay, well. Sir, now what is the next one I have to take care? Here take a bit very special care. If serializer data is valid, if validation is completed, okay, get the name, sir. Name is equal to serializer dot data dot get of name, sir. Can you please get whatever end user provided name, partner application provided name I'm getting, sir. Now message is equal to just I'm taking hello followed by name, happy Pongal, like I'm taking, sir. Happy Pongal, like this dot format of name, sir. Dot format of name like this, right? Sir, here we are going to use request dot data, not request dot body session. Request dot data, maybe body also may work. Let me check. Okay, so that's all here format. Now what is the sir message is ready. Now I have to send this message. Okay, like how you can return response of okay. Here just observe that message is sir message, sir key value. Now I'm trying to send, sir, else sir, if it is not valid, if there is any validation fails, now return, okay, return response which response I have to take, sir? Do you know serializer dot errors, comma status is equal to 400, something like this. Don't worry, son. Here, do you know what I'm taking with the whatever data provided by end user, okay, partner application. So I created serializer object. This serializer is the responsible to convert JSON data into Python native data type. Don't worry, sir. Now, sir, if it is the valid after validations, now I'm asking serializer dot data. Serializer dot data means Python dictionary dot get of name. Now I'm getting the name. Hello name happy Pongal, like this I'm trying to take, sir. Okay, that's our return response. So now I have one small doubt. To send the request for this post, am I required to pass any name or not? Can you please confirm? Your respond, friends. Am I required to pass name or not? Yes, compulsory we required to pass the name. Compulsory we required to pass the name because we observed, right? I'm always expecting name. Compulsory we required to pass the name. That's all. If I pass the name, then what is the response I'm going to get? If really this post is going to work, what is the response it's going to generate, sir? Very simple. It is going to tell that hello. So name happy Pongal, something like it's going to tell. 1 minute, sir. Let me send a request. Observe that carefully, sir. Here, let me open browsable API. Okay. So now here / API, I'm sending the request. Now have a look once. Earlier we have only get we have only get, but now you can perform post also. Now you can able to perform post operation also. But to send the post data, are you getting right? Here some form you can able to see. Are you getting some form you can able to see? Who is the responsible to provide this one? Please confirm. Who is the responsible to provide this one? Yes, not this form DRF. Are you getting Django? REST framework is the responsible. Okay, browsable API itself is the responsible to provide this one, sir. Okay, now I have to send JSON data. Are you getting? I require to send JSON data. Sir, how you can send the JSON data? Within curly brace. Okay, within curly brace. Sir, which data you require to pass? Name is some Durga, like this I'm passing, sir. Can you please confirm, is it JSON data or not? Yes, it is the JSON data only. It is the JSON data only, right? If I send the post request, now the request will comes to post. It is the responsible to convert. The serializer is going to take care conversion. Next, if it is the valid, yes, valid only. Now I will get hello Durga, happy Pongal. This is the response I want to send it to the partner application. Yeah, the partner post request. That's all. Because I didn't use any database here. Observe that post. Yes. Okay. Now post. Okay. Are you seeing, sir? Can you please observe that if I send a post? 1 minute. If I send a post, sir, it is the get request what I'm getting. 1 minute. Any problem we are facing? No. Is the post request it is accepting, but where is the response? It's always going to provide only get response. 1 minute, sir. Don't worry. Here, name colon Durga. I'm taking, sir. Name colon Durga, like this I took, sir. Post. Yes, have you observed, right? This is the response. Am I getting or not? Hello Durga, happy Pongal. Are you getting hello Durga, happy Pongal? Like it's a perfectly it's working, sir. Okay. Now get request you can send, post request you can send. Of course, I'm not using any model. That's why just a simple. Am I in a position to send post request or not from the browsable API? Okay, how to write the post method? That's what you people should aware. Beyond that, nothing. Clear? Any doubt, friends? All the people are in a position to understand. Yeah. Priyanka, nothing will be there. Just observe a bit carefully. From the browsable API, here I'm passing. Can I use the word here? Just observe that. Here I'm taking what we call Priyanka, something like I'm taking, sir. Priyanka, like I'm taking. This is the partner application sending post request. Assume that partner application sending post request like now the request will goes to this endpoint. Whenever the request will comes to this endpoint, now the control will comes to post method, because it is the post. In that now he is sending some JSON data or not? He is sending some JSON data. Are you getting? He is sending some JSON data, right? Now this serializer is going to take care converting that JSON data into what we call converting that JSON data into Python dictionary. Okay, now if the data is valid, yes ma'am, yes sir, provided data is valid, now get the name. Once we are getting the name, yes, just this is the response I want to send back to the partner application. If any problem is there, then this error information is going to send it to the partner application. Any doubt? Correct, Priyanka. Earlier I told, yes, here observe, where is the partner application? Where is the partner application? So earlier we use the partner application as test.py. Are you getting some Python script I wrote? I told yesterday, have you remember, right? So this API, once we develop to test this API, one way is we can write our partner application. Okay, test.py. From here you can send the request. Okay, now you will get the response. This is a partner application style. Okay, right. Next, another way, browsable API. From the browsable API also, okay, you can send the request. So now this browsable API acts as partner application. Regarding this browsable API, itself acts as partner application. Okay, without the specific partner application, just by simply saying browsable API, we can send the request. Are you getting right? Now, sir, to send the request to the API, which one I'm using, sir? Instead of Python application, now onwards I'm using what? Browsable API. Who is the responsible to provide this tool, browsable API? Sir, DRF is the responsible to provide. Are you able to understand? Okay, because I don't know, sir. I don't know. I'm not a developer. I'm not assume that I'm not developer. I don't know. I don't know how to send how to develop a Python application. Then how to test whether API is working properly or not. So browsable API, very cute concept this is. Without having Python application, you can send the request. Completed? Are you in the position to understand, right? Next, sir, serializer is the responsible for how many activities? Please confirm. Serializers are responsible for how many activities, right? 3 activities serializers are responsible. One is serialization, second one is the deserialization, third one itself is what is the third one, sir? Third one itself is validation, sir. Now in the serializer, sir, here max length is equal to 10. Is really this validation is working or not? In our example, let me cross check, sir. Let me cross check. Here I'm taking Priyanka. Yes, here within the 10 characters only, no problem. Now the response, hello Priyank, happy Pongal. Like this, it's getting the response. Now I'm taking, sir, here name. Okay, like name I'm taking. Next, here just I'm taking, sir. Can you please tell, is it valid? Is it valid data or not? Is it valid data or not? No, invalid data. Regarding this data is not valid. What response we are going to get? Observe that. If I'm trying to send a post request, have you observed what is the response we are going to get? I will look once. Sir, name, ensure this field has no more than 10 characters. This field has no more than 10 characters. Like clearly it is going to 10. It is the invalid, sir. Clear, friends? Any doubt? Can I go to the next level? That's all this is. Post method is also working, sir. Okay, post method itself is also working. Okay, get method, post method, right? Vinod, that clarity I will provide. Don't worry. Just after few minutes I will discuss. Okay. Next, is this message is given by DRF? Correct. DRF serializer is the responsible to provide this message, because serializers, DRF provided serializers are responsible to perform validation. Once validation fails, automatically this response is coming. Because why this response is going to come? Do you know why this response is going to come? I wrote here to send this response. Here I have observed if valid, this is the response what I have to provide. Else, can you please provide error errors serializer dot errors information. That's why we are seeing this response, right? What is the status code we are getting? Have you observed, right? What is the status code we are getting? 400 status code. Am I set the status code at the 400 or not? Sachin, getting right? Okay. Now the next one more. Sir, just what about remaining methods? What about remaining methods, right? Just the remaining methods. Just let me show just the basic syntax. That's all. Not required to worry. Here DEF. Sir, one more. Whether you observed or not observed, I didn't. Have you remembered? Here we are sending which request? Here we are sending which request? Which request you are sending? Post request. Are you getting post request? Actually, in the last, to send the post request, compulsory CSRF verification should be disabled. Correct or not? Compulsory CSRF verification should be disabled. But am I disabled anywhere in this example? No, I didn't disable. So CSRF token is coming as a part of our post request. Sir, who is the responsible to send that CSRF token? Yes, this browsable API is going to take care. Remember this one. Are you in the position to understand, right? This browsable API, whenever you are sending the request, now browsable API itself is partner application. Internally, it is sending CSRF token also. Getting, that's why we are not required to do that. Okay, but if we send manually from our Python application something, then we require to take care about this. Okay, now I hope you didn't ask that doubt, but anyway, that is the reason. Okay, next DEF. Sir, here I'm taking put method. DEF put method self comma request comma star args comma star arg keyword args, like this I'm taking, sir. Keyword args, like I'm taking. Sir, here take very special care about this one, sir. So I want just for flow purpose only. Return response of which response, right? Message this response from put method. This response from put method of API view. This response from put method of API view, like this, right? Okay, that's all. Just the flow purpose only. Like with the database, I will explain that. Don't worry, sir. Next, here observe that. Here observe put and then, sir, delete this response from delete method. Okay, like next, one more method we are missing, sir. Have you remember? Get, post, put, delete, patch also you can provide. Okay, now I'm taking, sir, this is patch. Okay, sir, response from patch method apply. That's all. So just the remaining three methods also I implemented, but I didn't write any big business logic, because just you people should aware the flow, then the remaining things will become easy for you people, right? Any doubt? Can I send the request? Now, how many methods are supported, sir? Almost all the methods are supported, okay, by this API view. Now, have a look once, sir. I want to send the request. Now I want to send the request. Observe that. Now I'm sending the request. This is from the browsable API. Can you please observe the list is updated with the remaining methods also or not? Put, delete, patch, you can able to see, sir. Okay. Now by default get method. Get method, right? Sir, now this is the post method. We know, right? Now this is the put and patch. Of course, put method send some JSON data. Empty. That's all. Empty itself is the JSON data only. Remember this one, sir. Put. If I send put request, If I send the put request, this is the response from put method of API view. Perfectly, put method is working, man. Put method is working like same way. If just the curly brace open and close, patches. Curly brace open and close, patch. Now, sir, this response from patch method of API view. Regarding patch method is working properly. Now, put is okay, patch is okay. Next, what about delete, sir? You can able to say delete. If I click this one, are you sure you want to delete this REST API? Delete. Now, delete method executed. This is from delete method of API view. Don't concentrate on business logic, just concentrate on how to write the methods, whether these methods are responding properly or not. Okay, how you can send these requests from browsable API. Friends, all the people are in a position to understand clearly basic idea. Okay, that's all. Sir, now I will go for view sets. Remember this one. Just this is just the basic, very basic idea about this test. I mean API views. Okay, if you are going to extend the API view, API view, sir, can you please confirm which methods we have to implement? Sir, get method, post method, put method, patch method, delete method, right? Okay, these methods should be implemented by using, of course, these are the methods we have. But if you go for view set, then we have to implement some different methods. Remember this one, we require to implement some modal action related methods. View set methods are different. Next, API view methods are different. Next, here there is some special concept also must be required. Let me put that special concept also. Sir, up to this everything is very clear for you people, right? Okay, now I want to go for view set. Sir, by using view set, we can write business logic for our endpoint, or for our API view business logic we can write. It is the alternative to API view. So in the last example, whatever example just we executed, we used API view. Now we have to go for view set. Okay, that's all. Now in the case of API view, we can use HTTP methods as functions of our class. So like get method, post method, put method, next put method, patch method, delete method, patch method, delete method, like these methods we use in the API views. But in the case of view set, which methods we require to use is, in the case of view set, which methods we require to use is, observe very carefully, sir. List is the method. To get all resources, all resources are records. Okay, like if you want to get all resources, then happily you can go for list is the method. Now I'm taking retrieve method, right? Sir, when we should go for this retrieve method? To get a specific resource. Do you know something like a detail operation? Boss, employee ID 1. That employee information I want, then automatically get off ID, then we should require to go for retrieve specific resource, right? Okay, list method, retrieve method. Next, do you know create, sir? Sir, what the purpose of create? To create a new resource. Just observe create method, sir. To create, can I use the word it is post method? Internally create means what? Post method or not? I respond. Internally it is a post method, right? Next, sir, update method. Update method. Sir, now update means sir, to perform updation. To perform sir, full updation. To perform full updation, compulsory we require to pass all the fields. Remember this one. Next, partial update. Sir. Do you know if you want to perform patch operation, partial update, to perform partial updation. to perform partial update, right? Next, the last one. Anyone, can you please tell about the last method? Can you please confirm what is the last method? Last method, good. Destroy. Are you getting? Last method is the destroy. Okay, to delete your resource. To delete your resource like this, right? Okay. These are the methods what we require to call. So total, how many methods are there, sir? List method, retry method, create method, update method, partial update, and then destroy. These methods are there, sir. You people should aware. Getting? So here, if you observe, get the method equivalent is either list method or retry method. Remember this one, sir. These two methods are equivalent to get. Next, post means equivalent method is what? Destroy method. Next, update here. Put means update method. Put means update. Next, patch means can you please tell what is the equivalent method? Patch. Sorry. Here, why the word destroy is coming? Create. Sorry. Okay, patch means what? Partial update. Next, delete means put patch. Okay, delete means do you know, sir, what is the delete? Equivalent method is destroy method. Everyone in the position to understand, right? In the API view, the method names are HTTP method names. Okay, but in the view set, the method names are database model actions. So destroy a resource, create a resource, update a resource, database operations will become method names in the case of view set, but in the case of API view, these are just simply HTTP methods. Clear? Any doubt? Okay. Next, in do you know API views, we have to write total logic, sir. But in the view set, most of the logic will be provided automatically. Hence, we can provide more functionality with less code, and we can develop API very quickly, sir. Sir, if you want to develop API just very quickly within very short span, highly recommended you should go for what? View set. Don't go for API view. API view, where everything we have to write the code, but here most of the code will be generated automatically. Okay, so when we should go for view sets? When view sets are best choice. When view sets are best choice. Okay, when we should go for view sets, right? Very simple. If we want to develop a simple CRUD interface to our database, observe that if we want to develop a simple CRUD interface for our database. I want to develop a simple CRUD interface for our database. Then happily we can go for okay, view set. A simple CRUD interface, right? Next, if we want to develop APIs very quickly, then which one is the best choice? Obviously, view set is the best choice. So next, if we are performing very standard operations, right? Standard operations like, sir, I'm not having any customization. Standard operations only, delete, destroy, delete, update, something like standard operation. Then API view is the best choice, right? Next, if we are not performing any complex operations, any complex operations, then API view, view set is the best choice. Are you in the position to understand, right? Sir, a simple CRUD interface in 2 minutes I can able to develop now. A simple CRUD interface in 2 minutes I can able to develop API. Okay, that is the biggest advantage of these view sets. Friends, up to this, any doubt? Clear, right? Okay. Now, can I go for next level? I want to explain a sample code. I want to explain a sample code so that you people can feel more comfortable. Yeah. Here just observe carefully, sir. I'm taking, sir, in the same example only. Sir, once this is API view. Now let me go for one more class I'm taking. Sir, observe carefully, sir. One more class I'm taking. Okay, class test view set. Test view set I'm taking, which is the child of view set, right? Which is the child of view set. So to use a view set, compulsory we require to go for import. We require to import view set. Here I want to use a view set. If you want to use a view set, compulsory here we require to go for import. Can you please guide which import statement I have to take? From REST framework, boss, from REST framework dot, from REST framework dot, please guide. I forgot, sir. REST framework dot views import API view. REST framework dot views import API view. Already we discussed, but this one is the view set. Which thing we require to take care? Okay, remember, from REST framework import view sets. Observe that view sets is the module name. So REST framework is the package. In that view sets is the module name. This view sets dot view set. View sets module contain view set class. So observe the import statements, that the difference. If you want the API view, sir, from REST framework dot views import API view. But here from REST framework dot view sets import. Okay, like if you want dot view sets import view set. Okay, like we can take. Any doubt? Just observe that import view set. How we imported? Where it's available, sir? View sets is the module name. That view sets module contain view set class. Now I want to implement list operation. List. Here the terminology is the different. List create this type of terminology will be there, sir. List operation. Okay. Now self comma request. Self comma request. Even star args, star keyword args, like if you want you can, otherwise you can ignore. So now what is the code we have to take? Sir, the only methods names are different, but the remaining functionality is always the same, sir. The remaining functionality is always the same. Don't worry, sir. Here I'm taking color red, yellow, green, blue. Here happy new year, like this I'm taking, sir. Any doubt? Is the functionality is the same or not? Am I seeing any difference? Nothing. But only thing is instead of list method, instead of get method, now I'm taking which one, sir? List itself is the answer. Okay, that's all this is. Next, sir, next terminology, take very special care, sir. Just 2 minutes. Very important point I want to talk. In the API view, who is the responsible to define URL patterns, mapping views to the URL patterns? We are explicitly, developer is the responsible to do that. But in the view set, we are not required to do that. But in the view sets, we are not required to do that. Okay, routers will take care. Routers will map views to URLs automatically. Are you getting automatically, right? Sir, here routers will map views to URLs automatically. Routers concept required only for the view sets, but not for API views. Okay, router is going to take care mapping views to the URLs, right? But how to define this rotor. These things are very, very important. Okay, sir, observe that in API views, we have to map views to URLs manually. But in the view set, we are not required to do explicitly. DRF provides rotors concept. DRF provides one special class, default rotor. What is the class name? Observe that, sir. It is the class name. It is the official class name. Default rotor. Okay, default rotor class to map view sets to the URLs, sir, which are used by partner application. The URLs, whatever used by partner application, these URLs are mapped to the views. Who is going to take care, sir? Default rotor is going to take care. Okay, rotors provide an easy way of automatically determining URL configurations. Or automatical URL configurations will be determined by using these rotors. That is the advantage. One advantage of view sets when compared with API view sets, in the view set, we are not required to define URL mappings, right? So rotor is going to take care. Next, sir, most of the code will be generated automatically in the case of view set. Just observe, this is one advantage, right? Okay, like next, so how you can, sir, rotors are required only for the views developed by view sets. Okay, for API views, rotors are not required. But how you can create default rotor? How to register our view to the default rotor? This concept must be required. Sir, now have a look once. What I'm taking, sir? What I'm trying to take? Let me open urls.py. Okay, sir, very simple. This line is no longer required because I'm not using any API view. I'm not using any API view. Okay, I'm using view set. This line I don't want, sir. Here I'm taking first import default rotor. I want to create rotor object, right? Default rotor object from REST framework dot rotors import REST framework dot rotors import okay, default rotor. Remember this one, import default rotor, like import default rotor. Okay, from REST framework dot rotors import default rotor. Now rotor is equal to, I want to create default rotor object. Are you getting? Sir, in the urls.py, just we imported default rotor and we created default rotor object. Can you please confirm? Any doubt about this one? Clear? Just we created default rotor object. Now we have to register our view to the default rotor. Rotor dot register. Okay, now I'm taking test view set. Observe that test view set, like this I'm taking comma views dot test view set, use dot sir test view set, sir dot as view. It is not required, just we are registering like sir base name, maybe for the reverse URLs maybe internally required, base name is test view set, like this I'm taking, sir. Base name is test view set, like this I'm just taking. Here the important thing, whenever partner application sending the request with the endpoint, so this endpoint mapped with which view, everything is going to take care by rotor object. Okay, that's why we have to create rotor and we require to register our view set with the default rotor. Remember this one, sir. Now this rotor can give our view set functionality. If any person sending the request with this endpoint, or with this, then immediately test of view set corresponding activity it's going to be performed. Create Sachin, who is the responsible to map? Who is the responsible to map our endpoint provided by partner application to the corresponding view? Rotor is the responsible. That's why we have to create rotor object. We have to create rotor object like this, right? Okay, and we require to register. But partner application should reach up to default rotor or not. Remember that from the default rotor, from the view set, now the corresponding functionality I will expose. But partner application should reach up to default rotor or not. Yes, that's why what we have to take is only rotor we require to configure. That's all, sir. The remaining views related thing I don't want to configure anything. Only this one I have to configure. URL. Okay, like here, just observe carefully, sir. Here I'm taking. Now let me remove this part. Okay, here just a empty. That's all. Just a empty means what is the meaning of that? 127.1.0.0.1 : 8000. That's all. Are you getting? Just empty. That's all. Just empty. This one is pointing to. This one is pointing to. Okay. Sir, which one? Root include of rotor dot URLs. But anyway, include must be required. Don't worry, sir. Very easy. All these things are only one time. End user or partner application can send the request up to this one, sir. Up to this. Now default rotor will come. Default rotor. How many view sets are registered with the default rotor? All that list it is going to display. If you click this one, now the corresponding activity will be started. Now have a look once, sir. But anyway, which code you wrote extra? That's what you should aware. So what I did? I create a default rotor. For the default, with the default rotor, I register my view set. With this name, and then rotor related URL I updated in the URLs pattern. Any doubt? Are you able to get right? So simple. All these things are only one time terminology. Don't worry. So this rotor concept is required only for API, only for view sets. Okay. Well, now, sir, in the views.py, already I implemented list operations, sir. No endpoint. Now observe this. How it is going to work? Where endpoint is going to come? Sir, in the urls.py, here nothing will be there. Directly come to rotor. Now the rotor is going to display all registered view sets information. Sir, how many view sets are there? Can you please confirm? How many view sets are there? Only. You respond, man. How many view sets are there? Only one view set. So this one view set information will be displayed. Now have a look once. Sir, if you see first thing, complete cycle, then nothing will be there, sir. Okay. Is the server any problem with the server? No. Happily it is there. Okay. Well, now have a look one. Can you please tell? I have to send the request up to this only. Correct or not? Oh, respond. Up to this or not? Yes, we require to send the request up to this one only. Now observe this one. Yes, here the default basic root view for default rotor. Are you getting the default basic root view for default rotor? With the default rotor, do you know, sir, how many view sets are configured? Test view set. Okay, this is the configure. If you want to send the request for this endpoint, this is the way. Yes, friends. Are you in the position to see the response or not? Okay, it is the get request with this. Yes, any number of view sets we can register with the default rotor. For every view set default rotor, we are not required to create Priyank. Are you in the position to understand, right? Clear, right? If I click this one, now this is a small difference is there. Okay, like because how many methods you can support, sir? Only get head option, so that's all. Sachin, good. So when compared with the API views, what is the advantage of you said? One biggest advantage, URLs we are not required to configure manually. Everything is going to take care by my router. So complexity of URLs we can able to resolve by using default router. It is the advantage when compared with the API view. Completed, right? Can I go for next one? Compulsory, Vinod. If multiple view sets are there, we require to register each view set manually. But very rare, because a single view set can perform all the 4 CRUD operations. Then what is the need of another view set? Usage of multiple view sets are not required. Yeah, multiple view sets means obviously multiple endpoints, right? Okay. So that's all. This is about what is the get operation, right? I mean, sorry, list operation, right? Okay. Now we can go for the remaining operations also very easily, sir. Nothing will be there. Can I go for next one? Yes, friends. Can I go for next one? Okay. Now very simple, because we are not required to write the code, big code. We are very simple. What is the next operation I can implement? Sir, this is the list. This is the list. It never talks about any primary key. It is going to list out all resources, something like. What the next operation I can implement? Post. Are you getting post operation? Post operation means create operation. Create. Can I implement create operation? Are you respond, friends? DEF create self comma request. DEF create self comma request. Now I have one small doubt. So can I use copy paste of this code? Because serializer is already available with me. Can I copy paste of this code? Okay, name serializer. If a name is there, hello, happy Pongal, instead of happy Pongal, happy new year 2019, something like that. If it is a valid, return response, else like this. But anyway, you people may ask, sir, you are writing complete code, but I'm not performing any database operations. Have you remembered, right? That's why just I'm providing explicitly. If you are simple CRUD operation, this much code is not required. Only 2 lines are enough. Clear? Up to this? Okay. Now, is it really going to work or not? Is this one is going to work or not? 1 minute, sir. 1 minute. Let me check again. Is the server side any problem? Nothing will be there. Okay. Yes. Well, now 127. That's all. Observe perfectly. This is the view set which is registered. Now let me click that. Yes. Have you observed, right? Now, sir, this is the get request. Now, sir, this is the get request. Now I want to send post request also. Here name is some Ravi, like this I'm taking. Some Ravi like I'm taking. Now this is JSON name post hello Ravi, happy new year 2019. Regarding hello Ravi, happy new year 2019, perfectly it's working, sir. So create method is also working or not? Okay, now the next one what I want to take here is legend this one, sir. What are the remaining methods? List we implemented, create we implemented, create means post. What are the remaining? Putta. Oi Shashank. What are the next methods? List we implemented, create we implemented. Next one. It is the view set. List create. Next, sir, detail or retrieve. You know, retrieve means a particular record I want. Something like particular record. Retrieve operation. Next, after retrieve, then we have to go for, sir, update. Next, partial update. Okay, partial update. Next, destroy. That's all. These are the methods what I have to implement, sir. But one thing you should be aware, these two persons never talks about any primary key. Correct or not? Just list out all the records. Next, create a new record. These two members never talks about any primary key. But retrieve, update, partial update, destroy. So which record you want? What is the primary key? Which record you want to update? What is the primary key? Sir, which partial update? Which record you want to update partially? So what is the primary key? Which record you want to delete? What is the primary key? All these people talks about primary key, right? That's why just third argument also we may require to pass. Now observe third method. DEF retrieve of self comma request comma PK is equal to none. I'm taking, sir. PK is equal to none. I'm taking. DEF retrieve self comma request comma PK is equal to none. I'm not passing any PK. That's why default value is a none. Sir, return response. Here just observe return response, like I'm taking here return response. This is the response from which method, sir? This is the response from which method? Retrieve method of view set. That's all, sir. Retrieve method is ready. Just for flow sake, I'm taking. Retrieve is ready. Next, here observe. Next one. What is the next? Here, sir, retrieve. Okay. What are the remaining methods, right? Update. Sorry. Update. Here response from update method. Next, sir, what is the partial update? Okay, response from partial update. Method. Okay. Next, last one, sir, destroy. Okay, this is from destroy method. Okay, any doubt? All the people are in a position to understand, right? Yes, friends. Just generally we can perform CRUD based, right? We know if it is the CRUD based, everything we require to pass by using from PK. Especially view set is always talks about database CRUD operations only. That's why it is the PK. If it is the normal business logic, then slug field we can. If you want to use a slug, this type of field, better to go for API view, not for the view set. Okay. Well, now, sir, all the methods are ready. Okay. Now, whether it is going to work or not. Yes. Now observe that get and post. Get and post. It is get method you can perform, post method you can perform. Have you observed right? Put method, patch method, put method, patch method, and a delete method. Are you getting? Put method, patch method, and a delete method. We require to do that. Getting? Yes. Suppose yes, one retry method. Now if I use put, if I use this is from the response from update method. If I use patch, partial update. If I use a delete, yes, from delete or destroy method. Can you please observe what is this partner application? Yeah, the partner application I'm using. Yes, the partner application I'm using browsable API, which is provided by the Django REST framework. Priyank, slug means part of URL pattern, which can be used for SEO purpose. Okay, now what Django videos I explain. Yeah, that's it. So everyone can able to understand just the basic idea. What is the API view and what is the view set, which methods, how to test whether the methods are responding or not. Now in the next session, I will provide differences between API view and view set, just almost around 8 or 9 differences, and then some database based on database related API views I have to explain. Next, there are multiple mixing classes, supporting classes are there. All those things I have to discuss, right? Okay, and once these things got completed, then we have to go for view sets. Once a view sets is also got completed, then we have to talk about authentication, authorization, like the remaining things. Okay, just another 2 sessions to 2 or 3 sessions. This views part we are going to complete, and then happily we can move to authentication, authorization concept. Okay, next up, one more small point I have to tell for you people, like one more small thing. Okay, I have to talk. Sir, what the important point here is, listen this one, especially we know all the people. Can you please respond? Can you please listen carefully, sir? Very important point. Is it right time to talk or tomorrow? Tomorrow maybe I may forget. Okay, that's why please listen carefully. This is the very important point I'm telling. So do you know? Yes, here we developed our applications. Now listen, these Django applications we developed, sir. Assume that sir, just I'm taking Durga jobs project. I'm taking, sir, Durga jobs project, DJ project, like this I'm taking, sir, DJ project, Durga jobs project, like this I'm taking. In this DJ project, observe very carefully. So now again DJ project folder will be there. In the there are settings.py. Have you remembered settings.py? Next urls.py, like there are multiple fields are available. Next here our test application is there. In that test application, views.py, next models.py, okay, models.py, next okay, admin dot remaining things will be there, sir. Yes, now take a bit very special care. I want to develop a Django project, okay, for Durga jobs to provide jobs information, to display jobs information for the end user. If the end user sending the request, 127 or otherwise the Django projects data, like now automatically Now automatically, sir, happily for the end user, it is going to provide support. Somewhere we covered in our Django applications, like it is already in the live. Yes, the same application is already there. Okay, this application is going to provide the response. Now, my doubt here is, observe very carefully, sir. We just developed one Django application. End user happily can use our application. Correct or not? If any user sending the request, now the jobs information is it displaying or not? Yes, no problem at all. Now, the problem here is, so to display jobs and so on, where I define total business logic inside views.py. Total business logic to develop this application. I wrote the inside views.py. Correct, right? So where we have to write complete code, display and so on, everything we require to write inside views.py. Okay, but after developing this application, I realized that this application can be used by only end user. No, sir, the Android application can't communicate with my application. Okay, Java application can't communicate with my application. So my application will be provided service only for end user, the people who are sending the request from the browser. No, from the mobile they have to access from some by using some other application. Also, they should be in a position to communicate. For that, we have to develop API. Are you getting? We have to develop API. Now, are you seeing the role of API? Now, I hope you can able to see API, right? Okay. Now, how to develop? Up to this, our role is up to this part. Up to this point, our role is application developer. Right? But now onwards, we have to develop API, and our role will become API developer. Regarding API developer, right? So now what I have to do is take very special care. Sir, I don't want to touch this test app, views.py, models.py, all this. I don't want to touch because it contains valuable business logic which can be used by my Django application. I don't want to touch it, sir. Then where you have to develop views for your API, what I will take is, observe very carefully. Inside a test app, I will take a separate folder API. Inside API, I will take my own user.py, my own urls.py, like this. Observe very carefully, sir. These views and models related to test app. Regarding these views and models related to test app, sir. But the API, under that, I'm taking views.py, urls.py. Inside, yes, business logic for our API. Are you getting the point? Are you in the position to understand, right? Now, this is, we have to provide endpoints. Am I disturbing any business logic of my application? Any business logic of my application? Am I disturbing anything? No. So human being, just he can use by using these URLs directly, he can access. But third-party partner application, okay, so will use by using these URLs. These URLs internally pointing to these views, so only API, sir, it is. So this API business logic will be provided to the partner application. We know redundancy won't be there. Just we are API development is the different, and the normal business functionality is the different. Just if you start working on a simple project, then you can able to get that much clarity. Nothing. These models happily you can use here, no problem at all. These models you can use here also inside API folder. Happily you can reuse these models. We are not required to rewrite again models. For these models only, we are going to write API. Getting right? Sir, tomorrow I don't want API. Can I remove this API? Can I remove this API? Is there any problem in the application? No. Remember that. Sir, here you have to give a normal your application functionality is the different, API functionality is the different. Application developer role is the different, API developer role is the different. Clear, right? Most of the times API is always talks about CRUD. Most of the times API always talks about CRUD. That's all. Nothing will be there. Other than CRUD, it won't do anything. Maybe Vinod, I'm not sure. Okay, just get this picture anyway. At last, maybe after completing REST API, I will develop a small application. So normal application and then API for that application also I will do, so that you may get much clarity. But up to that, just better to keep this picture in your mind. Yeah, Priyank, you can. Clear, right?